We're back live. We're here. How you doing, everybody? Your buddy Uncle Bruce here, putting the light on. Oh, shining the light on them. How you been out there? I missed you. It's nice to be back. It's good to see you folks. We took a few days off. Had to go to a wedding in Phoenix, and got a lot to talk to you about. Oh man, what a trip! It's nice to see you all. The markets this morning are looking good because earnings are looking good. The earnings continue to come in, and they continue to look exceptional. Dow is up 113 points to start the morning. S&P is up 18 and a half. NASDAQ is up 97. We had, what was it, GE came out this morning. JetBlue came out today. Others have talked. Later tonight after the bell, I think, is not Microsoft up on deck? I'm not sure about Google. All the tech stocks this week, we're getting all kinds of earnings this week, and expect them to be really good. Expect them to continue to follow the pattern we've had the last several quarters, anywhere from 25 to 35% or more gains in earnings over the year ago period. So if it's the third quarter of this year versus the third quarter of last year, 30% more, 20% more, just expect that. The big boys are doing very, very well, and it's reflecting in the markets. It will mean that, for example, like Apple, they'll post another phenomenal set of numbers. Their PE multiple will be adjusted now for the latest 4 quarters, which will eliminate last year's third quarter, which will be replaced with this year's third quarter. And the earnings are higher per share, which means the PE multiple is lower per share, and therefore the stock will go higher and the market goes higher. And the S&P 500 is being recalibrated every quarter when these earnings come out. And people keep asking, well, can the markets keep on going higher? They only go higher if the PE multiple stays low or perceived to be dropping because of increased earnings. The other way to do it, of course, is to do stock buybacks. If you buy back a bunch of your stock, even though you make just as much money as last year, but you buy back 5% of your shares in a certain year, you'll have fewer shares to divvy the money up amongst. And even though you earn just as much money gross, the whole corporation divvies the entire money they made into fewer number of shares that exist. The earnings per share is higher. The PE multiple is now readjusted lower, and the stock can go higher in price. This is the big game that's been played for decades. Welcome to Stock Markets 101 and how to manipulate markets. But in a legal, okay way. It's completely acceptable. You either make more money or you divide money into fewer shares, therefore having a higher earnings per share to report, and therefore the PE multiple, the price earnings multiple of the share versus the earnings of the company, will drop, which justifies the stock to go higher. And that's how the market works. There you go. So yeah, expect more even better numbers. Apple is buying $90 billion of their stock back this year. $90 billion. $7.5 billion a month on average is what Apple buys back. And since they're about roughly 20 trading days per month or so, give or take, you divide 20 into 7.5 billion, you get 375 million a day or something like that. Yeah, $375 million a day in stock is bought back by Apple. 375 million a day. 375 million, not billion. 375 million dollars a day of money is used by Apple to buy its own stock back. 375 million every day, 5 days a week. What? Yeah, that's insanity. But that $7.5 billion a month, $90 billion a year. That's how you figure it out. Of course, the company is worth $2.6 trillion or more if you multiply the shares by the price of the stock. The $2.6 trillion company. So buying $90 billion of the stock every year is a pittance versus the value of the whole thing. As you understand, see what I'm saying? It's a big deal. The numbers are huge. Speaking of huge, oh my gosh, Phoenix is huge. Phoenix is oh man, that whole region, because you can't just call it Phoenix. I mean, we just say, oh, I went to Phoenix. No, you didn't. You didn't go to Phoenix. You landed in Phoenix at the airport, let's say, or you drove to the area, but you went either to Glendale, Tempe, Mesa, Scottsdale, and on go all the communities all around. I mean, this area has become a sprawling megatropolis that is mind numbing. As a driver, and we drove the Tesla there, Jennifer and I. As a driver, you're just amazed by what you see. You're amazed at the highway system, of course. And I remember back in 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, back those years, when I used to travel to Phoenix often. My business partner and I would fly into Phoenix often because we had to do business down there. And at that time, Phoenix was evolving from a metropolitan area of about 2 million people, 2.5 million people, to where we are now, which has got to be 5 million people. It is mind-numbingly massive. And the 5 million that are there now are not in the same footprint as before. Unlike a city like New York, where you want to live in Manhattan, the only way you can go is up with higher skyscrapers. With Seattle, with Phoenix, you can just go out. There's land all around. But at that time, I remember in 86 to 90, the city was being the expressway system was being dramatically improved and widened for anticipated growth, infrastructure. And did they get it right? Yes, they did. I commend the entire Arizona population and the Phoenix people, the politicians, the planners, the engineers, the workers, all the cities around Phoenix. Boy, did they get it right. If you wanted to build a city with a highly sophisticated infrastructure network of expressways, Phoenix is your example. But then again, if you have theoretically unlimited real estate with which to expand to, you can make this happen. Unfortunately, if you're in a place like Boston or San Francisco, where the city is constrained, geographically confined, it's very difficult to do what Phoenix has done. The trade-off, though, is to get anywhere in Phoenix. Yes, you can drive on the expressway at great speed, but you've got to go a great distance to get to where you want to go. And in our case, we went to this wedding we knew this wedding was in a place called Apache Junction, which is the far east, out of town, like on the other side of Phoenix, out of town from Phoenix, another 10, 15 miles. So we purposely picked a property to stay at out there so that to get to the wedding and back from the wedding would be geographically easy. But the price we had to pay was for us to go into, quote, into town, was a 35 minute to 50-minute drive each direction on an expressway. However, if you're driving a Tesla, kind of fun. It's kind of fun having a Tesla in Phoenix. And when you want to know what your car is made of, you're going to quickly figure out if this vehicle is worthy of all the praise and all the hype. Because in LA, as I had mentioned to many of you, when we picked up our Tesla, the one I'm renting, we were stuck in stop and go traffic. LA has the expressways too, but no one is moving. It's all stop and go traffic. It's very inconsistent. Where in Phoenix, there's not a lot of stop and go traffic. At least we didn't encounter that much. And I will admit, most of our driving was over the weekend, so we avoided the Monday to Friday 9 to 5 stuff. Nonetheless, when you need to pass somebody, you can pass somebody right now. There is no lag. There is none of this. The engine is revving up. and you're going 65, 68, 70, 72, 75 miles an hour, 77, 80, and then you finally pass the person, and then you get on the other lane and you go back to 78. Is it? No. With a Tesla, you need to go from 62 miles an hour to 82 miles an hour to do one of these, like over the other lane, pass them and come back in. It's bang, bang, bang. It's right now. And you need to look forward when you're driving a Tesla more than look backward, because it's the traffic you're coming up to that is more important than the traffic that no one's catching you. It's virtually none. This car delivered the goods. The bad news is that the car we're driving, great car, Model 3, it's the base model. It's got one engine, rear wheel drive, limited range, and that is our Achilles heel in Phoenix, because we were out of town coming in and out. To get from Scottsdale to where we were would take 60 to 80 miles of range off the machine, if not more, because we're talking about 80s to 90s in temperature. You got the air conditioning on. You're stop and go in the city, or you're just going. You're using up electrons tremendously. But on the other side of the coin, they happen to have these superchargers, and I got to know the supercharger in McCormick Fashion Mall very intimately. This was a supercharger that can handle 20 at a time, 20 Teslas at a time at least. And it had a roof overhead of it with solar panels on top of it. So when you parked your car, you backed it in, you were in the shade. Big difference. And then you're plugging in your car and allowing the supercharger to charge you up. It takes about 30 minutes to get the car from about 40 miles of range up to 200 miles of range. It takes about 30, 40 minutes. I went there a number of times, but it gave me the opportunity to look around and see who's who in the zoo around here. What kind of people are driving these cars and parking here to get their cars charged up? It is a real interesting study of America, at least for me. And of course, number one, you're in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is one of the highest zip codes in America, a well-to-do zip code in America. Always has been, always will be. Very expensive. So, of course, you're going to be surrounded by shoppers in this high-end fashion mall who have some bucks. All right. I needed a pair of shoes, by the way. I had to buy a pair of shoes for the wedding. Went into this mall on day one after we got the car charged up. Went in. Tried to find a pair of shoes. Couldn't find a pair. First of all, couldn't find a pair of shoes I liked. But shoes that were like, age appropriate for this old man. $200 to $1,200 a pair for a pair of shoes, and I'm holding a pair of leather shoes, really nice, $1,200 a pair. I'm going, these are very nice, but they're just too nice for these feet, and for the amount of times I'm going to wear them, not going to do it. Ended up buying a pair of shoes elsewhere, $100. I bought a pair of shoes for $100. I'm very happy. They look just great. They feel great. They fit great. Worked out, but it took quite a number of trips all over town to do it. Nonetheless, back to the charger. You're sitting in the charger and you're watching Teslas come and go because, of course, with 20 vehicles and each vehicle taking about 30 minutes, every 2 or 3 minutes, a vehicle is done and another one is coming in. And this charger was, generally speaking, on Saturday and Sunday, used up fully. Like we were there Friday, Saturday, so I saw 3 days, and it was almost always full. And you didn't have to wait long for a charger to open up. So you're watching people drive in. And in the Model 3, which is the one we're driving, the small one, you're watching the younger crowd, the young 25 to 45-year-olds are driving that vehicle predominantly. And the Model S, the big sedan, anywhere from 40 years old and older, predominantly driving that car. And that's the one I would really prefer to have. Now that I've had this one for a few weeks, I would prefer the big one. But that's just me being an old man. It's fascinating to see how people customize their cars. Some don't do anything to them. They leave them exactly as they came from the factory. Others put their striping on it and their little, customized paint jobs on it. It's amazing how much they spend on it. But it is fascinating to watch. Also very fascinating to watch how many vehicles came in both versions, the small and the large, with one driver only, female. I was impressed. I was really taken by that. I saw a number of females in their 30s to 50s driving Teslas, and quite comfortable driving them, and they felt very safe in this area. Of course, again, we're dealing with daylight hours, Scottsdale, Arizona, high-end demographic neighborhood. The Tesla charging station is not in anywhere near an area where anything untoward can happen to you. You're in a well-lit, isolated area, and you're surrounded by fellow Tesla owners. And so women who are alone, driving alone, are coming in and are charging up the car, as well as men, of course, and a number of couples, many couples. It was a fascinating thing to watch day in and day out as I charged this car again and again and again, because my car can only go 200 odd miles, 220 miles, maximum range. I would definitely not buy this car in Calgary. I would get the 4-wheel drive, 2-engine, long-range version of this car, which would give me another roughly 100 miles more of range at minimum. And if you're going to live in Phoenix, you got to have range. You got to have range, because you can imagine at 110 degrees Fahrenheit, your mileage just plummets. Same with gas cars. The heat is just oppressive. Got to be really difficult. But to drive the vehicle in Phoenix, dream. To drive it between California and back, a dream. The highways, terrible. They're in real trouble. You can certainly tell how the Americans need an infrastructure program dedicated to the interstate highway system, because the city's systems are either really good or need repair, but interstate wise, oh my gosh, trouble. Now, again, to be fair to everybody, you want to know how the economy is doing down here? Take a drive between LA and Phoenix on Highway 10. I was amazed that 50 miles out of Phoenix, where it is pure desert, I mean, it's just nothing but desert, and it's one interchange every 10 miles. I mean, there's nothing out there. You're driving along on a 4-lane expressway, 2 lanes each way. On the passenger lane, truck after truck after truck. There were I can tell you there were maybe a dozen times over 4 hours where there was a gap of a half a mile between a truck. Other than that, there wasn't. There were clusters of transport trucks, like 4 or 5 at a time, just barreling along. Convoy after convoy after convoy of trucks going both directions, LA to Phoenix, Phoenix to LA, and cars desperately trying to get past them, because of course trucks going up the hill have to contend with gravity. Trucks passing trucks, and the entire system slowing down to 50 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour, when the speed limit is 70 or 75. Cars are trying to go, say, about 85 to 90 miles an hour. Cars are trying to go upwards of 90 miles an hour on cruise control in the passing lane. But it's interrupted all the time, constantly, because of the absolute heavy traffic. And of course, heavy-duty transport trucks cause wear and tear on highways. Hot weather, cold weather, of course, eats up highways. So there's a lot of work going on Highway 10. I'm not going to dispute it. There's work going on all over the place. But so many stretches of that highway, I mean, 10, 20 miles at a time, the noise, the road noise coming from the pavement through the car, because of the condition of the pavement, is overpowering. It is really bad. And then you come into a smooth section where they've just refinished the highway in the last year or two, and it's just silky smooth, quiet. You're just amazed at just, oh wow, is this ever nice? But it's few and far between. Anyway, the economy down here, rolling. I don't see a problem down here. I do not see a problem in the economy. I understand and I get it. The supply chain issues. Oh yeah, there are supply chain issues. There's no question about it. There are trains loaded with containers, trucks loaded with containers. The ports are backed up, and it is nonstop, 24/7. Move this stuff, move stuff, move stuff, move stuff. I'm amazed that you can go into any restaurant in Phoenix area, um, order off the menu, and get your all the amenities and all the condiments all available. And you can remind yourself you're in the middle of a desert. You're in the middle of a desert. There is no ocean around you in Phoenix. It's all desert. And you go to McDonald's and you order your breakfast or whatever you're having, and everything is there. And it all has to be brought in. None of it is grown locally. They don't grow onions in Phoenix. They're brought in. The lettuce is brought in. The ketchup, it's brought in. It's all brought in. There are 5.5 million people in that area that eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week, plus all the folks who come and go. And it's all there. Always all there. Logistics are just mind-numbing when you think of it in that sense. You forget about it. Most of us forget about it. We don't even think about it. LA, even more unbelievable. With 30 plus million people in California, how do they do it? It's incredible. But I can tell you how they do it. Check out the highways and check out the rail lines. They're just packed and packed and packed. It is stunning. America, the land of consumerism. It's alive and well. People have been pent up for a long time, dying to get out. Walking inside another mall called the Scottsdale Fashion Mall, high-end mall. This is where you have Coach with their stores, Zara, Ferragamo, you name the highest high-end fashion stores in the world. They're there. Rolex has their own store in this mall with just Rolexes. And on it goes. Shoes, women's, men's, you name it. Very high end. Every single store, I'm going to say 9 out of 10 stores, help wanted signs. Desperate help wanted signs. Bonuses, flexible hours, please apply. I mean, just give us a sign that you're interested in some work. You're hired. It is incredible. Where we stayed at the resort, we stayed at a place called Gold Canyon Resort, which is in Gold Canyon, again, east of Phoenix. Beautiful area, absolutely gorgeous. Cacti going all the way up the mountain and whatnot. It is spectacular. Higher up in elevation, beautiful views of Phoenix and everything. The location is world class. The facility that we were at is showing its age, but it is classic. It is now 40 years of age, and it was cutting edge when it was built. I was at this location in 86, 87. I was there way back when, doing work for those guys, again, when I used to be in the publishing business for golf courses. Way back. The golf courses are still there, booming. Golfers everywhere. The staff, they have help wanted. They have a giant sign. I'm talking a billboard size sign, 15 feet wide, 8 feet tall, at the entrance to this high-end resort. Help wanted, opportunities, and they're showing like a chef and housekeeping and admin staff, photos of people, happy, smiling people, desperate for workers, desperate. And it shows. When you're there at the resort, it absolutely shows how unqualified many of the staff are. As much as they want to help you, as much as they are willing to try to make your stay a comfortable stay, they are not in a position to deliver the goods because they're not trained as professional hosts of a high-end resort. And every single hotel, motel, resort, everywhere in Phoenix, same problem. Help wanted everywhere. They cannot get the workers from minimum wage, let's say maintenance type staff, right up to front desk, to head waiters, to managers, to full-blown coordinators. They're desperate across the board. And I can imagine that there are wars going on down there, people being stolen from each other, that firms are stealing staff from other staff. It is amazing. So from retail to restaurant to accommodation, anything to do with services, help wanted. Drive along the highway, you'll see billboards, help wanted for everybody else. And yet you're looking around going, where's everybody going? It's so busy down here. How can there be a help wanted shortage with so much going on? You think, aren't all these folks employed? Well, yes, they are. They are all employed. But things have really started to open up here. And the U.S. economy is in no trouble with respect to its future. From what I saw this weekend between LA and Phoenix, all is well. As a matter of fact, last night, coming back here to Palm Desert, went into our favorite Costco here in Rancho Mirage, and grabbed a couple of things now that we're back here. Went to the rotisserie chicken area, that the very back of the Costco store. No rotisserie chickens. A sign saying, due to delivery issues, we have no rotisserie chickens available. Sorry. Sold out. Couldn't get more. Costco can't get chickens at this one location, at least, for rotisserie chicken. I mean, they're generating 100 of these every hour or two. I mean, they have ovens with these spinners. They're all just standing there, spick and span, ready to go, and there is no product. And you got to wonder, wow, like this is, because Costco checks don't bounce. If you get an order from Costco to deliver 5,000 chickens a day or 1,000, whatever the number is, that are ready to be put on the spit, you're getting an order for 1,000 a day at each location that you can service. When you hand them the invoice, they hand you a check. The check's good every time. It never bounces. They can't get they're sold out. They're none available. I was just, wow, like this is such a rarity to see, but I think this is going to become more of a normality. Again, supply chain issues everywhere. It's not just one thing with the. It is like the measles. It's starting to show up all over the place. Amazing. Anyway, a fascinating trip, a fascinating time, a fascinating view into America from a different angle that I'm used to, from the street, from just walking. And I'm so happy, had a wonderful time this weekend. And I'm so relieved that my wife and daughter, what they do, the routine we generally have is the two of them spend a lot of time together, mom and daughter. And they leave me to my own devices. And I had to go get the car charged one day. So I went and got that done, then came back to the same mall that they were at, and I could walk the mall myself. They would walk the mall themselves. And I could just observe and just see with my own eyes what is going on in this slice of Americana right now. And observe and just take it in and reflect, and then come back and let you in on what I see. Unbelievable. The other thing I noticed too is that again, Scottsdale is not America. It is a slice of America, but it is not normal America. It is high-end America. Okay, high-end middle class and over. Okay, it is not average America and lower, where most of America is. Just like Canada. I mean, most people in Canada are middle class or lower than that. The upper end are the top 10, 15%. This is the top 10%. What a world in what that these folks live in both malls, in both cases, where I got the car charged and where I went to this particular mall. A whole other existence that is a world unto itself. And you realize walking through here, you are amongst those who can buy anything they want, anytime they want it, wherever they want to get it. And these retail outfits are bringing in high-end merchandise at high-end margins, and they're getting it. And there are no sale signs. That was the other thing that I really noticed in this mall. I did not notice up to 80% off or clear out, or I didn't see anything like that. I noticed all of these stores were promoting exclusivity, high-end. We have it. Come on in. There were stores that had a rope across the door with a security guard, and they would only let in 4 people at a time or 6 people at a time. One, social distancing, they were observing that. Face masks were not required, but were suggested, and half people had them. Staff all wore face masks. All the staff at every store had face masks on. But they were limiting the number of people in, not only because of social distancing, but because of exclusivity. Because inside a Coach store or a Fendi or Ferragamo or all the, I can't remember all the brand names off the top of my head, Chanel and on, they only have 2 or 3 or 4 staff members. They're understaffed. They can only handle so many customers at a time. Otherwise, they would have theft problems. So they limit how many people can come in at a time with security guards at the front door to limit in. So when you did get in there as a shopper, you didn't dilly-dally very long. You went in, bought what you wanted, and you left, which was good for business because the cash register was always ringing. Every time someone came in, they generally bought something if it was available, and off they went. It was fascinating. The Apple store in this mall, phenomenal. Glass front, glass at the back, those classic long tables with merchandise on it, packed. And when you walked in there, they had a security guard at the door that handed you a mask if you didn't have one. You didn't have to wear a mask in the mall if you didn't want to. Though they suggested that if you are vaccinated, you don't need a mask. If you're unvaccinated, we suggest you wear a mask. How do you know? How do you know who's vaccinated, who's not vaccinated? There's no one testing you. But when you got to the Apple store, you could not go in unless you had a mask on, and they would hand you one with a pair of tongs. And I thought that was pretty classy. And it was on Apple, no problem. We'll provide you with a surgical mask, no problem at all. I thought that was very interesting. And then they had the hand station where you could get your hands, wash your hands. Washy, as we say in the cruise business. Fascinating. And busy. Oh my God. Busy. Just amazing. So yeah, recession. There is no recession coming in America. There's a pent-up demand on the high end to spend money. No question about it. Those who have it, and these folks have it, are looking to spend and looking to buy. Can't find everything they're looking for. That's the interesting part about it. There's this pent-up explosion to happen economically. If America can somehow, the politicians in Washington, get their acts together and pass this huge spending plan, which is being pared down. It's not a huge spending plan if you take it over 10 years, but the number, of course, is, it's $3 billion or $3 trillion. It's over 10 years. It's nothing bigger. Get that through, you will create another unemployment problem, a decade of not enough workers for the amount of work available. There will not be a U.S. recession for a decade if that passes, because the infrastructure bill will be massive. The build out of solar, the build out of the healthcare thing, the childcare thing, the college thing, the road repair, the rail, the shipping, the air. There will be no unemployment problems in the U.S. if this passes, because it's a Made in America, inside America program. It would be huge for the country. But try and tell this to those who are so what's the word I'm looking for? Ideologically opposed to whatever one person thinks from one party versus another. There's no discussion. Thankfully, at the wedding, there were no political discussions. The wedding went off without a hitch. It was wonderful. It was a great time. Everybody enjoyed themselves. It was an intimate 100-person kind of affair. And bride and groom had a great time, and everybody was happy for everybody else. And a lot of people were so pleased that so many had come out and had a great time, and it all went well. So there you go. There's my recap from all of that. Hope I haven't bored you too much with that. What is happening with our stocks? Well, kids, how about 23andMe? What was it? 2 weeks ago, we were at $7.50 a share, $7.80 a share, something like that. Was it a week and a half ago? I can't remember. And the shares were just sitting there under $8, and we're asking ourselves, what's the deal? Then a comment was made by a hedge fund manager that he liked the stock on a Thursday afternoon at the end of the day. aftermarket went up. Next morning, it started at 8 something. By the end of the day, it was 9 something. The next Monday, Tuesday, it was 10, 11. And then they did a takeover. Lemonaid Health. Great deal. Great deal. Found out that the Lemonaid deal is $400 million, as we've heard, $100 million in cash, $300 million in stock. The stock is being transferred at $8.82 a share, by the by. So obviously that deal had been in discussions for quite some time, and they were negotiating the price of the stock. And now it makes sense to me. Why did the shares go from 10, 11 down to 8, 7, 8 bucks? Why did it go down there? Because, in my opinion, the buyers, which is ME, wanted to get the company Lemonaid. The folks who are selling are looking for stock, and they want to get as many shares as possible for their company. So it's either a $500 million deal or a $400 million deal at either 12 bucks a share or 8.82 a share. And so here we go. We end up with an 8.82 price for the stock for $300 million worth of stock, which is about 35 million shares, something like that. I'm happy with it. I'm quite happy with this deal. Not a problem from my end. I'm happy actually that 3/4 of the deal was stock. I'm really happy about that. George, thank you for becoming a new member, buddy. Love that you're here. I love the fact that 3/4 of this money, $400 million, was paper, not cash. Keep in mind, 23andMe is still sitting on $650 million in cash. After they buy these guys, they still have $650 million in cash lying around from their merger on that SPAC deal. So, I mean, this company is still cash rich. Now with Lemonaid in there, by January, they'll all be done. They could do 6 more of these deals. I mean, theoretically, if they put together 6 more of these kinds of deals and use up all $600 million, $100 million at a time, they would add another $2.4 billion of assets into their corporation. Think about that. Right now, the company is valued at $4.4 billion market cap. So this would take them to $6.8 billion in value. The stock could be 15, 20, 25 a share if that were to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm telling you that the table has been set. You've seen 23andMe acquire a $400 million asset with only $100 million in cash and $300 million in paper, because these guys at Lemonaid wanted the paper. Their thinking is what you're looking at right here. They're going, hey, we're in at 882. It's 1150 on the pre-market right now. This stock's 1150. They're ahead, 982, $2.70 a share. They're up 40% on their deal. So in effect, the $300 million they took in stock is now worth $420 million. You think they're happy? Yeah, they're happy. And they're looking for a lot more than this. They didn't sell out Lemonaid into 23andMe because 23andMe is going to $11.50 a share. Excuse me. No, that's not the deal. This stock is going a heck of a lot higher than this, a whole lot higher. You can double or triple this price. This is we got a nothing burger here at 1150, a nothing burger right now. So yeah, get ready for a whole lot more movement. I don't know about you, but from my perspective, watching ME trade now the last 2 or 3 days since last week, it looks a whole lot different. Don't you think so? Doesn't it feel a lot different to you when you look at the quote of ME now, see the volume it's trading at and how steady the stock is, how solid the stock is now? This isn't a shaky, oh, we're going back to $6 a share. Kind of, it's not like that at all. Is this stock a Mount Everest? It's right at the peak of its existence? No. It's building a base. The base is getting wider and bigger and bigger. And with $650 million in cash on hand, ME is by no way in any way finished with acquisitions. There's a ton more coming. So watch out for this stock to reach that $12, $15 neighborhood. Watch out as this stock rises in value, that they might be able to pull off $600 million to $1 billion acquisitions, where they only put up 100 million, 150 million in cash and the rest in stock. Because the more valuable the stock goes, the higher it goes, the more valuable the currency they're using to buy up whatever they want to buy up. One feeds the other. So this is good stuff. This is really good stuff. Has anyone noticed SoFi lately? Anybody watching that? 2103 in the pre-market right now. SoFi continues to just build out a following that is getting wider and wider and larger, and I have a feeling that we're going to the $25, $30 neighborhood in the not too distant future. Pardon me, excuse me. I got to finish this coffee before it gets cold. It's looking really good. SoFi, 2103 right now, 2104 in the pre-market, about 200,000 traded. Looking great. And this company is getting more and more attention, getting more and more Wall Street attention, will continue to do so. We're waiting for the bank charter. I keep telling you, the minute they get the bank charter, you can add 50% to the stock price over the next week or two. So right now, they got the bank charter today. The stock's at $31 a share. If the stock goes to 25 and then they get the bank charter, it's a $37.50 stock. So this thing is gonna go, and it's going already. We're not complaining. It was $14 a month ago. We're at 21 today. We're up 50%, but we're only coming back to where we were before. Remember, we've been to 24.50 already. We're going back there. We're going to hit a new high. It's going to go higher than the old high. Okay? It just is. GameStop, I have no news. It's at 173 a share. I have no updates for you at the moment. Rocket Lab, 1305 in the pre-market. Not much to talk about there. Case-Shiller Index shows home prices up 19.7% over the past year in the top U.S. cities. I believe that. 1307 on Rocket Lab, by the way, up 8 cents this morning. Matterport, 1944 or so, 1953, up 6 cents. I don't have any news at this point. Cyxtera is 939, no news there. Smart Rent looks like it's sitting around $12 a share. It moves 50 cents a day either direction without any news whatsoever. Spire Global, heard this morning that they've elevated an individual, female executive, to COO position from within. Smart move. You can move your people from within. That's a sign you've got quality staff. And the stock is at 561. It's up 13 cents at the moment. 20,000 traded in the pre-market, which is more accurate than normal. We'll see though what the real market looks like in 18 minutes. How does this market really react to this news, and will it really do much for the stock? It's just day after day though. Day after day, have you noticed your Spire shares going lower and lower and lower? They lose like a nickel, a dime a day, every day. Every day. When do we break that, and by how much? Is today the day? ATIP, 281 a share, still under $3, waiting and waiting and waiting for a new CEO to be announced. How much longer do you guys need? August the 1st, the other guy quit. This is October 26th. Hello? Let us know. Somebody. Is someone going to take that job? What is going on? I wait. I patiently wait. And we'll see how that works out. All right. There you have it. That is our pre-market market at the moment. GameStop approaching 174, it looks like. 173.10, excuse me. 23andMe, 1150. Up 14 cents, 15. SoFi, 2101, up 32 in the pre-market. Happy to see that. And we've got the pre-market holding gains. The Dow up 107, S&P up 18.5, and NASDAQ up 98 points. Crude oil up a dime at 83.84. Gas in Arizona, $3.60 a gallon or so. Gas in California, 460 a gallon. You can sure see the line at the California border. The gas stations on the California side are quiet, nobody there. Gas stations on the Arizona side, busy. They're busy. Californians putting gas in their cars as soon as they get over the line, and those heading into California getting gas one last time in Arizona. I love the idea of going to a supercharger, plugging the car in, and watching the meter, and I can see how much I'm spending on electricity. I think we're paying the equivalent of about $2.50 a gallon in Arizona at a supercharger for gas. Because you take a look at how many miles you're adding to your range and how much that cost you. You divide that range by so many miles per gallon to come up with how many gallons you just bought of gas. And you kind of go, well, we're probably getting 30, 35 miles to the gallon in this kind of a car. Theoretically, you kind of, you go back and you go forward. So you come up with about $2.50 a gallon. So it's $1 a gallon less than buying it, at least in Arizona. Here in California, it's definitely $2 a gallon less for sure. Obviously, overnight, since we returned, we've got the car plugged in the garage here in the 110 outlet, and it's adding about 5 miles an hour to its range all night long. By the time we started up later today, we'll have probably added 80 to 100 miles of range to the car. And we've given it some rest because it's been working the last few days. Fascinating machine, absolutely fascinating machine. Look at Tesla. Have you seen the shares of Tesla? Over 1,000 share. Just heard yesterday that Hertz, the company that went bankrupt last year, they're back. They want to order 100,000, I believe, Teslas. I believe most of them will be Model 3s, Model Ys. 100,000 vehicles from Tesla to add to their fleets. That is a statement right there. That is a huge statement. They'll put supercharging stations at all Hertz locations. That will encourage not only Hertz vehicles to recharge, but they may even offer supercharging privileges to just Tesla owners to be able to go in. We used the Tesla supercharger site in a place called Quartzsite, which is right near the border between Arizona and California. Probably 30 chargers in this one spot, 30. And yesterday there were maybe 8 of us there. When we were there were 8 vehicles. But this is obviously an up and coming area. This is the midpoint between Phoenix and LA. You gotta charge here. Fast, oh my gosh, plug it in within a minute. It's telling you that it's adding 750 miles per hour of range into your battery. But in our case, our little old battery can only take 220 total miles, but it takes 20, 30 minutes and you're right up there. If you want to wait that long. If you have the larger battery pack, faster charging, you can get more mileage in just as quickly, and you can probably get the 300, 350 miles into your car in about 30 minutes. And that's pretty good because that's just enough time to walk out of the car, head over to the restaurant over here. I'm trying to remember the name of the place. Carl's Jr. There's a Carl's Jr. right next to it. Go in for the bathroom break, pick something up to drink or whatever you want, bring it to your car, and play a quick video game or two, and you're on your way. It's a great break. It's a little walk, a little exercise, and then you're driving on Highway 10. On you go. Fantastic. Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome to the telecast. People are asking me about DWAC. What about this stock, Bruce? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I have very few thoughts on this thing. I've never recommended it. I've never followed it. It is what it is. We are aware of whom might be associated with this entity and what it might become. I don't want to politicize this telecast, but it's literally impossible to not talk about this stock and also have the other side of it come out. I'm not going to follow it. I'm not going to be involved with it because it is not. They have no business. I mean, it's a SPAC. The company is a SPAC. looking for a deal. We know the deal that's being tossed around, but I don't care what this thing's trading at right now. At the price that it is trading at right now, which is what, 89, 88 bucks. You tell me honestly that this thing is worth this money even after a merger. I don't think so. I don't know how much this thing will be worth in real dollars, in real. What's the word I'm looking for? Once a merger is done and a business plan is announced, an entity is created. Its first year of being in business, I wonder if there will be enough millions of people utilizing the service that they're offering to justify the price of the company when it's all said and done. Is that a politically safe way to say all this? I don't know. I'm not sure if it is a politically safe way to say all this. It's a very difficult thing to highlight. But yeah, at 89 bucks a share, it could be overpriced. It hit a high, what, 175? You think that might have been overpriced? Maybe. Yeah. So anyway, hey, the money's been made on it. Whoever had it has made their dough, and whoever's trading it now, you're playing with fire. And I have no idea what the future of this stock is going to be, when it's going to be, how it's going to be. I have no idea about how long it's going to be in the system to get the deal done, and the terms and conditions. Who knows? It ain't my thing, and I can't promote it, and I can't recommend it to anyone because I just don't see the fundamentals matching the stock price. But hey, I understand why the stock is where it's at. I totally understand that. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. But to justify the price from here for anyone getting into it for the first time, you're on your own, kids. You're on your own. I have no idea. I'm hoping that any of you who are following me on a regular basis, that you've made a lot of money on this thing if you bought it. I couldn't be more happy. But I fear that it's possible a number of you out there, maybe followers of mine or not, perhaps paid more for this stock than it's trading at right now and are in need of another run. I have no idea if you're going to get one, and if you are, what kind of run it is and where it's going. I'm not going to speculate on it because I'm not going to follow it. It's just not my thing. Anyway, there you go. That's all I can say. I got to say thank you to all of you out there who were, during my absence, you were picking up lessons on my website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. You were watching the lessons on how to become an option writer, learning all about options and so on. A number of you took the opportunity during my absence to catch some of these episodes, these lessons, to figure out what we're talking about. This market is perfect for you. This market is absolutely perfect for you to get into this part of the market. SoFi is quickly reaching a point here in this 2021 range and more to start looking at writing options. There's definitely opportunities for capital to come your way from SoFi. I'm very happy about that. I would like to see Matterport pop a few more dollars. That would be kind of nice if it wouldn't mind cooperating with us a little bit. To also give us an opportunity to see some option writing there. 1953 is a stock right now. We'll keep an eye on that, obviously. Other than that, we're just watching these stocks as they figure themselves out. Where are they going to be and how? Spire, 561 a share, up 13 cents. The bargain of bargains. The company is as legit as it gets in the middle of a takeover of another publicly traded company. I mean, this stock is ridiculously cheap, but it's got to get discovered. And I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know how that's going to happen. Is there going to be an A hedge fund manager one day mentioned casually on an interview that he likes the stock, and it'll just pop up $4 a share the next day. I have no idea. We'll be around for it. But Spire Global is the real deal. ATIP Physical Therapy Centers, they did the right thing last week. Week and a half ago, they did the right thing. They came out with their third quarter projections, and they said, our numbers are still so-so, they're soft. However, we're taking steps to bring our performance up to where it should be. One of the areas we're really going after is we are hiring staff like crazy. And we're bringing 2 people in for every 1 person that's leaving the company. So we're actually growing the staff numbers dramatically here. We will continue to do so. And it is a focus on theirs, a laser focus to bring this on. Way to go. ATIP, I still like it. The lower it gets, I like it even more. It's just that simple. There you go, kids. That is the latest from here, the latest and the greatest. Hoping to have a good day today with you guys. Let's see how the markets want to react. Rocket Lab up 8 cents to 1307 or so. Let's see what this market can bring us. The Dow is up 101 going into the last few minutes of the pre-market. S&P up 16, NASDAQ up 91. It's a good market, a strong market. It's going higher. The markets are going higher, okay? The indexes, they will continue to rise, setting new records along the way because the earnings coming in from corporate America are at record earning numbers. Earning numbers are their records, even with a pandemic, even with supply chain issues, fear of inflation, interest rates, no big fear there. Government deficits, no one cares. They can fund it with zero money. This economy is poised to just keep growing and growing and growing. There is a massive labor shortage. The Labor Department, whatever they're telling you through the official Washington higher-ups, you just take a look at any mom and pop business out there and or any McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Holiday Inn Express, Marriott Corporation, shopping malls up and down the United States with stores in these malls, help wanted signs everywhere. So if you need a job, you can get a job. Can you get the job you want at the pay rate you want? Maybe not. Maybe yes. It all depends. But so many Americans and Canadians have figured out, I don't need to work for Joe Schmuck organization and commute 20 minutes each way, 30 minutes each way, 40 minutes each way anymore. I'm working from home. And I am not interested in this loss of time, an hour and a half a day, 45 minutes to work, 45 minutes to get home from work. I'm not giving up an hour and a half of my life 5 days a week for this gig anymore. You're not paying me anywhere near enough money for this kind of crap. I'll work from home. Thank you very much. And corporate America has figured out, oh my God, people working from home, generally speaking, are more productive than if they're in the office. Because there is no water cooler at the house. There is no Starbucks downstairs in the lobby of this building that we work in. They're working. They're making their coffee themselves. They've got their headset on. They're constantly in touch. They're getting their jobs done much faster than before, way more efficiently, and they're happier because we're not pestering them at the office with egotistical supervisors or whatever have you, politics and other office games. It is a huge difference. It has changed the world forever. This is not temporary. Don't even think about it being temporary. I drove by so many complexes, campuses, work campuses, where there are giant signs for lease, space available, 5,000 square feet to 100,000 square feet, space available all over Phoenix, you name it. Those office towers in downtown Phoenix, they look empty to me. They look abandoned to me. I can't understand why I'd want to work in downtown Phoenix if I lived in Scottsdale. No, not a chance. 45 minutes each way, plus the traffic and the headaches. No way. You guys can't pay me enough to do something like that. I can see where people are saying, nope, Not doing it. I'm staying at home. We're about to start trading, kids. The markets are going to go. I wonder, is Larry Titus around today? I hope Larry's around. Going to give me the bell here, the official signal. We should be getting ready to start clapping here in any minute now. They're talking about the $1 trillion Tesla valuation right now for Tesla. Congratulations, Tesla, and all you folks there. 100,000 Teslas ordered by Hertz. Get ready, Thrifty, Rent a Car, get ready, Dollar, get ready, General, get ready, Avis. Yeah, this is going to be even more, even more. I can certainly understand that. It makes a perfect sense. And talk about the car rental companies easily monitoring your mileage and how fast you drove the car and where you took the car. It's all in their computer systems. You want to say to them, oh, I didn't go 80 miles an hour in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. Oh, no, I didn't do that. Oh, yes, you did. It's on record. Larry, it's official. If Larry does this, the markets are open. And there you have it. We're running, baby. We're up and going. Let's get it started, and let's get richer today, please. I hope all of you make a ton of money and keep making a ton of money because it's available. I'll tell you that right now. There is money in them there hills. We're watching the opening trades come through right now. I think the Dow is still holding a gain of about 79. Yep. We've got NASDAQ up. We've got the S&P higher. We got a market on the move. The Dow up 79, S&P up 15, NASDAQ up 89 as far as the first minute or so is concerned. And we are rolling. Larry, I miss doing that. He says, I really miss doing it. And have you heard of the new Nixon SPAC? Nixon SPAC? Oh, no. What can I say? Let's see what happens. All right. First trades. I've got Rocket Lab at $12.98, down a penny on 96,000. I've got SoFi at $20.85, up 16 cents on 597,000. I'm sure that's on its way to 21 plus. GameStop 174.47, up 50 cents. Now up 157 to 175.50 a share on 61,000. GameStop's moving higher. Matterport 19.52, up a nickel. We've got ME at 11.62 now, up 26 cents on 116,000. All kinds of interesting things happening here. Looking good. Spire 5.50, up 3 cents. 48,000 shares. ATIP at 281, up a penny. We've got Smart Rent unchanged at the moment, no trades yet. Where are we other than that? Sextera 9.55, up 8 cents. Got AMC down a penny. Robinhood up 58 cents at 39.59, under 40 bucks. Vanek Vectors SMH is up 256 to 271 now. Home Depot up another $2 to 373. IBM down 50 cents to 127.14. Dow is up 80. Microsoft up $1.80. Apple up 74 cents. Tesla up $24 to $1,048 a share. Bed Bath & Beyond up 14 cents. BlackBerry down a dime. Royal Caribbean up $1.58. Good news on the cruise front for cruise lines. CDC is going to change their mandates on the cruise lines as of January, apparently, sometime in January. The story goes that they will no longer demand cruise lines follow certain protocols. They will now suggest cruise lines follow certain protocols. Now, cruise lines have been quite willing to adhere to CDC guidance if only they could get it. The cruise lines are hoping, and investors are hoping, that this news will allow cruise lines to up their capacity counts and lessen restrictions depending on how things go. We'll follow that closely. Is it enough for Royal Caribbean to make money? Not this year, not 2021, and not 2022. They'll be lucky to break even in 2022, but we'll see. It's at 85.84, up 93 cents at the moment, but the shares could still back off into the 60s because it comes down to the fundamentals of the company when it's all said and done. No matter what the CDC says, no matter what DeSantis does in Florida, no matter what Texas does, If people do not feel safe cruising, or they are not interested in wearing a mask on a cruise ship all the time in that hot, humid weather known as the Caribbean, they're not going cruising. And so cruise lines are up against competition from every all-inclusive resort in the Caribbean for business. And I can bet you there are all kinds of all-inclusive resorts offering all kinds of deals to get people to fly in on package deals to spend 2 weeks or a week at a time at an all-inclusive against the competition, which are cruise lines. Cruise lines, of course, are having now higher fuel costs to deal with because oil is higher. Labor issues, somewhat. And again, European and foreign travel into the U.S. is a key here for the future of the cruise business. They must get people to land in Miami or in Orlando or elsewhere to take a cruise. Not as easily done for Europeans and other countries because, again, restrictions are slowly being lifted to come on into the US of A. But now you must come in fully vaccinated and with a negative test in 72 hours. It is still onerous for all of that to be done. Goldman down 53 cents to $4.14 a share. Let's take a look again at our favorites. I've got Rocket Lab now at $13.03, up 4 cents. I've got 115,000 volume, very quiet. SoFi down 13 to 20.56 at the moment, even though it was over 21 almost for the last hour in the pre-market. 20.52 is the low of the day. That's about where we are right now on 1.3 million volume right at this moment in time. It could be that we get the first 20, 30 minutes out of the way and then SoFi goes back up. It wouldn't surprise me if it does. GameStop up $1.78 to $175.75. Matterport down 36 cents to $19.10. 23andMe at $11.84, up 48 cents at $11.84 on 300,000. That is climbing yet again. All of you who are into ME are getting richer. Certainly, those of you with the options, you're definitely getting richer here. Spire, 569, up 21 cents. That's an interesting run so far. The low of the day was 545. It's now pushing the high of the day of 570 on 99,000 shares. The question on Spire is there a buy wave coming in on Spire now that is going to overwhelm the shorters who are keeping it down? And do the shorters want to keep it down here, or are they now on board and moving it higher? They have been crushing this market every day. It has a little up move, and it gets inevitably crushed. 573 last trade on Spire, up 24 cents, 25 cents or so right now. ATIP 276 down 3.5 cents. Smart Rent down 19 cents. Sextera up 8. That's where we're watching this market right now. Welcome one and all to the show. Welcome back to our little family here. I'm glad you've joined us. Hope you had a good weekend. If you missed me, great. If you didn't, okay. It's just nice to have you back. Fabulous. SoFi 2052 still showing down 17 cents, 2055. The low of the day, 2045. We're now back a dime from the low trade of the day. And 23andMe, 1188, up 53 cents, going for $12 on 23andMe. Very good. Nice to see SoFi now back to 2060. Hopefully it'll break to 21 today, and we'll see what's going on. All right. Erico, thank you for your kind words. Nice to see you. ME calls are green. Zzz, zzz, zzz. We're going higher, baby. We're going higher on 23andMe, 1188. GameStop up $6.40. Just popped a little to 180.37. GameStop looking a little bit better here. Keeping an eye on this one. Let's see. Hi again, Bruce from BFits on SoFi and the potential double on bank charter news. What do you think of taking the 130% gains on our January contracts and buying further out a bit of a higher strike? You can roll over your contracts anytime you want, obviously. This is now October 26th. You have November, December, and then you're into the January calls. I would not be surprised between now and the end of the year, SoFi will break through 25. So your Januaries will do well. If you're moving into Aprils or further out, you'll do well there too, I'm pretty sure. 2070 now, by the way, on SoFi. We just broke into the green, by the way, right now. So yeah, sure, you can sell your Januaries for a gain, move into now further options. If you can leverage up, if that's your game plan, you want to move into maybe 20s or 2250s. If you're selling 15s, let's say, and you can buy 20s and get more of them for the amount of money that you have in the 15s, you've just leveraged up. You've gone from maybe 3 contracts to 6, or from 5 to 9, or 10 to 14 or 18. I don't know. Yes, that might be a strategy to employ as well. All right. Here we go. This is why in June we bought December and January ME calls. Thanks, Uncle Bruce, for telling us to hold every step of the way. There you go. ME 1192 up 57 cents, going to $12. SoFi 2073 now up 4 cents on the day. Looking good there. ME 1190 looking good there. Spire 566 up 18 cents. Again, I don't believe the Spire run until I believe it. I want to see some heavy volume on Spire. I want to see millions of shares traded, and I want to see a $1-2 move, and I want to see it hold. Then I'll believe it. Right now, 569. We got as high as 582. Watch your Spire to see if these guys attack it. And if they attack it, pick it up cheap and ride the wave. All right, let's see what's going on. John wants to know, I have $15 ME calls for January. Should I sell them or should I wait? I'd wait. I'd wait. The stock's coming to you. Nice move on these shares. And let's see what else is going on. Uncle Bruce, why do you like Robinhood with their platform? Having obviously, do you think I like Robinhood? Are you on some kind of medication that I'm not aware of? I don't know where you get that impression that I like Robinhood. Yeah, well, certain medications are on sale from time to time, and so you take advantage of those deals. What else have we got going on? We're up 80 on the Dow. We're up 24 on S&P. We're up 117 on NASDAQ, down 11 cents on oil. And that's where this market is right now. Rocket Lab up 6 cents. SoFi now up 6 to 20.75. GameStop 178.46 up 4.49. Matterport still down 34 cents to 19.15, down 32 cents. ME at 11.75 up 39 cents. Spire up 17 to 5.65. ATIP down 3 cents. Smart Rent unchanged now, 11.99. Or has it even traded? Still not showing a trade, so I don't know what's going on there. Sextera up 1 penny. AMC up a penny. Robinhood up 46 cents. SMH up 3.59. Home Depot up 13 cents. IBM up 47 cents. Microsoft up 220 to $310 a share. Apple $150, 54 cents a share. Apple has broken 150. It's up $1.90 and will keep climbing. It will keep climbing. Tesla $16 gain. Bed Bath Beyond up 3. BlackBerry down a nickel. Royal Caribbean up $1.35 to 86.26. You think with the news out today, the cruise shares that do better? They're not. They're not doing better because there's now the realization that okay, the CDC thing might be lifted. Now they're on their own. They have to now make money. They have to attract passengers. How are they going to do that against other forms of transportation? This is going to be interesting. We'll watch. Goldman up 88 cents to 4.15. Amazon up $78 to $3,399. Facebook down $1.86. Google up $32 to $2,800. JP Morgan up 69 cents. Costco down $4.70. Walmart up a penny. Cisco up 99 cents to $56.12. Cisco coming on, earning more money. Big run this morning here. Looking interesting on Cisco. Yeah, good to see it back into this 56 range. It's recovered from that 52 range dip. And we've got the high here of $60 is what we're aiming for now for the 52-week high on Cisco. And that's what we're looking to see if we can get. Rocket Lab now up 21 cents to $13.20 after a bit of a shaky start. looking a lot better. Rocket Lab at the looks like at its high of the day here, absolutely on 199,000 shares. SoFi down 2 pennies to 20.66. GameStop up 443 to 178.40. Matterport down 33. 23andMe now back to 1190. It's come back on again. The high of the day 1195. 599,000 shares of volume here on ME. Through 12 should be no issue. 12.50 a share, easily attainable, and more, much more on ME. Spire, 569, up 21 cents. High of the day, 582. High low of the day, 545. 185,000 shares. Hiring from within. A new COO. So far, stock likes the momentum. Spire, 572 now, a dime below the high of the day. All right, there's the, there it is, kids. That's what we're talking about here. The Dow's up. The most of our SPACs or former SPACs seem to be okay. SoFi kind of, figuring itself out right now. 2068. I expect it to be over 21 today, and we'll go higher than that. Just my personal opinion, though. Anyway, there you go, guys. Woohoo! Let's see what else is going on here. Sorry. You follow the stock. I just figured you must like the stock. Nomad's here. No, Fanatic. Nothing personal, of course. I'm just having fun with it. I'm not a fan of the Robinhood, the company. I'm not a fan of the management. I follow it just to kind of fill you folks in on what the street's doing with it. But I'm not a fan of the stock at all. I don't know. I don't know how they got, Nelson, how they even got through the SEC to be publicly traded is beyond me with all the lawsuits against these guys. I have no idea. Whatever that is, I can spare some meds. Nick, good morning, Uncle Bruce. 237 thumbs up. I'm number 237. Nick, thank you so much for that. Good to see you this morning, my man. We have 249 thumbs ups, and I thank you. You keep it going. Nick has a hotel in Blythe, California, and Jen and I popped in yesterday to say hello to Nick, his lovely wife, and we had a lovely visit, and it was kind of cool to see a viewer in real life. It was kind of fun. And Nick, you just keep it going, buddy. You're on the right track. You're going to be fine. It's going to be great. There you go, Splair. Uncle Bruce, best sentence I hear for a long while. Made my day. Certain medications are on sale sometimes, so you take advantage of the deal. GameStop, already 500,000 volume on it. 563,000, 177.57. Go GameStop. Is Rocket Lab moving? This $20 January put needs to do something. Well, it's up 18 cents, but Rocket Lab could give us a little more. That'd be nice. 23andMe, 1170. Spire still up 18 cents. What else is happening here? Let's see. Chris is asking, Uncle Bruce, could we say the same short action on ME that happened to Spire, given the situation, earnings, and takeover coming up? On ME that happened to Spire. I'm not sure about that. ME is in its own world. They were negotiating a deal, obviously, for months. As I had speculated, something was going on. And they were in the middle of deep discussions with the Lemonaid people. And then finally it came out. We finally heard about it. I am certain that there's a lot going on elsewhere on all of our other 7 stocks that we follow very closely that used to be SPACs. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. Hey, Uncle Bruce, good to see you again. Hope the trip was fun. Made great profits off some ME calls while you were out. Yay! Nice going. Can't wait for Spire to have a run. Me either. I cannot wait for Spire to pop to about 10, 12 bucks. That would be really fun. It's going to be fun. I agree. Well, there goes the MGM calls. What in the, hey, that's awesome. Let's see here. Let's see. Nick, jealous. Did you offer him a bagel? Oh, man. It just feels better trusting someone like Noto versus Trump, Vlad, or Zuckerberg. There you go. Joe, how big of a PayPal donation does it take for Uncle Bruce to take a road trip to a viewer's house? Just take my money, please. Michael, hey, Bruce, welcome back. Hope you had a great time. Can you explain the difference between this disregarded entity versus versus S corp pertaining to LLC. No, I can't. Michael, shorting the bejesus out of DW, whatever. Vash, hey Bruce, if a broker has an FTD, failed to deliver, is it for individual stocks or is it a failure of the whole order? Good question. I would think that if a broker doesn't deliver stock they owe the clearing corporation, it could represent 15, 20 accounts. It could represent one account. All depends on the size of the trade they're trying to close or how many trades they're trying to close, I guess. GameStop is looking to build an Ethereum-based Web3 arm, according to a new job listing, head of Web3 gaming. Mark, this is interesting stuff. I love how you dig this stuff up. Keep it going, buddy. I love this. MTTR needs to go down a bit more so I can buy back these $25 covered calls I sold for $7. 350 is a magic number. Uncle Bruce, there you go. Matterport, well, you're at 1890. It's going your direction, I guess. Austin, Michael, an LLC simply gives you legal protection with no tax advantages. An S corp shelters profit from Social Security, Medicare tax, and much. How about that? There's some answers for you, Michael. Nicholas, hey, Uncle Bruce, have you seen this BRPM SPAC deal with Faisal? No, I haven't. Beach Boy, welcome back, Uncle Bruce. I bought back Thursday the GameStop, October 22nd, averaging 6.5 profits. Monday, I wrote a November 19, 180 for 10.10. A penny for your thoughts about a limit to buy back. So Monday, you wrote the November 19, 180s. Okay, all righty. Cool. Very interesting stuff. Never a dull moment on the GameStop situation. Okay. Let's take a look at this GameStop scenario here. Let's take a look at November. These are what? November 19s. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Do that. And we'll do that. We'll do that. I'll try to get my big ass iPad to come cooperate and be good. There we go. November on our friend here. Where am I again? November 19. Get the right one. November 19. Here we go. Okay, so you wrote what? You wrote 180s. Okay. 180s at 10.10. Okay, so they're sitting at 10.55.12 right now. Okay. So of course they have a bit of time to go. Obviously November 19th, this being October 26th. So we're dealing with 24 days. So we've got a ways to go. You're either looking for the stock to take a dip, which at the moment it's not. It's up 274, nothing dramatic, and or time to run out on your contracts, obviously. So the key here is for you just to sit back and wait it out and see what it's going to give you. But look, with the 19th of October right now, obviously, if the shares were to back off $5-6 from here, this contract only give up about $2, $2.50, $3. It's not going to give up all $5. The shares would need to do a serious $10, $12 drop for a $5 gain to be had on this option. Right now, your strategy is simple. Time degradation is what it's all about. This thing's out of the money. It's sitting at 10-something bucks a contract. It's worthless. It's out of the money. It has no value. It has only got time going for it. And these shares down here, as each day goes by, these contracts will lose 25 to 50 cents a day or more, going right into the close. So enjoy this ride. Let the depreciation come your way. If the shares want to give you a dip later this week, early next week, they want to give you a dip to 168, 165, then you can probably scoop these up for under $5 a piece. You'll buy them super cheap, lock in a nice little gain, say thank you. Watch the stock, a little recovery on the stock, right again. So yeah, nicely done. Nicely done, Beach Boy. Nicely done. Let's see. Is Splair, could it be that a whale or Kathy Woods is the reason for the big spike up and down in the first minutes after market opens on SoFi? Because it's always familiar and opening before it goes up or down. I don't know, my friend. you get momentum players into these stocks. Day traders are into these stocks. Look at SoFi now. What do we got volume wise here? 2.8 million so far this morning. Nothing incredible. 2062 last trade, down 8 cents. But you know how this thing can go. In 5, 10, 15 minutes, I mean, it can run up a buck. No problem at all. Whales aren't predictable like this. You can't predict what a whale's can do every single day on a stock. It's just impossible. They're in their own world. They do their own thing. And they really are unpredictable. They do not need to follow a trend. They don't need to follow the market. They sometimes are the market. And other times, a whale will get into a stock like this kind of a stock, and we'll buy it for a week at a time. Like for a full week, they'll just be buying from time to time all along, just picking it off until they get the position they want. And then they stop their buys, and they don't care what the stock does in the next week or two after, because they're into it for a year or 2 years, because they're looking for the long-term play, not the short-term wave like we are. So got to keep that in mind. Anyone know what happened to IBM, particularly practically dropped to the price I bought it at the end of February? Excuse me. IBM came out with their earnings, and their net number, their earnings per share went up. But their gross revenue missed. There was predictions that they would hit a certain level of earnings, and they didn't hit that level. Again, analysts have their numbers, and the company has theirs. The company probably did not forecast any kind of projected numbers like analysts did. So there's always that. There's that. So the analysts are saying, hey, we expected you to make this much money gross. You made that much money gross. We're upset. The company goes, I don't care. I don't care how upset you are. We're splitting our stock 5 for 1. We're delivering on a number of metrics. We're doing a lot of different things at the same time. We're in the middle of a pandemic, by the way. And we're making more money for our shareholders because we keep buying back our stock. So tough. That's IBM's possible philosophy on the inside. That's what they're thinking. They're not saying it. They're thinking it. The analysts are going, oh, you guys should have delivered better numbers. Well, great. Analysts are a dime a dozen. They analyze, and they have to move on. Well, start analyzing this. The stock's 127.67. It's up 3 cents a share. The company is making a ton of money. They're splitting their stock into 2 pieces. There's things happening, and 6 months from now, the stock could well be 170 a share combined. But then again, it might be 145 a share combined. I don't know. But the company is feeling that by splitting into 2 divisions, that they will be richer for their shareholders over the long haul than being together as one right now. So this could be an opportunity to pick up IBM on the cheap. This could be an opportunity to grab a company here before they have the split of the stock. And maybe 6 months, a year from now, you might be up 30 to 50% on your money. Dividend is still coming in every 3 months, and I don't see it going away. So that's where we're at right now. That's all I can tell you at this moment. Intel, Evan is asking Uncle Bruce, Intel dropped last week, and what do you think? Is it still a good buy? I like Intel long term. I'm a contrarian on this stock. It's trading at 9.4 times earnings. And I believe that the company, being in the chip business and being American-based, is in the right place at the right time for the next 5 years. But I could be early. I could be one of those guys that likes this stock at $48.50 a share when the low of the year was 43, the high was 68. I like it here at $48 a share. I like buying options on this stock. I would look at next summer's options or later around the $45 to $50 mark. That's what I like about Intel. I think there's an opportunity to make some good money on Intel. It will not double. You will not double your money overnight, but you may find that holding this stuff for 3 or 4 months could be very rewarding indeed. On the other hand, you might either buy the stock and write options on it, or you buy in the money contracts. Like, for example, you buy next summer contracts at $40 or $35 in the money with very little premium, and now write poor man covered calls. You figure out my lessons on how to do that, check them out, and start doing that on this stock. That might be a really good return on not a lot of money that you have to put up on a quality company that I think has every opportunity to double in value over the next 2 years. But you're going to have to tolerate the skeptics right now on this stock. You're just going to have to. But writing options against your option might be the right place to do this. Anyway, there you go. What else is going on here? Michael says it right about IBM. British shilling, their earnings were down and the investors freaked. That's a good way to say it. Yeah. Anyway, there you have it. What else is going on? Where else are we at here? Just looking at all kinds of comments here on LLCs and everything. Thank you, everybody, for helping each other out here. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know, Snake. I'm not sure about how that's going to work out. That stock is so volatile. I don't know how that one's going to work out for you. Spire moving again. The stock really wants to pop, but someone won't let it. Spire, let's take a look at it. Where are we at here? Here we go. We're up 40 on Rocket Lab, by the way, 13.39. We're down 18 on SoFi. We're up $1.18 on GameStop. Matterport down 54. ME up 22 to 11.58. Spire up 11. 559 is the last trade. High today, 582. Hasn't been able to get there since the opening. 294,000 volume. Not enough volume to move this market. We need a bigger move of buying to come in here. It could be brewing. Could be happening. We're up 1.5 pennies on ATIP, by the way, to 281 now. We're down 17 on Smart Rent. We're up 2 cents on Sextera. Rocket Lab, the winner, 13.36, up 38 cents. Definitely moving higher. ME up 30 now to 11.66. Spire 5.60. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Who cares? Day trading covered calls, pretty sweet. Just made 102 minutes, and I'm out. Nice move. Let's see. IBM is being destroyed by the new Apple chip, apparently. Same with Intel. We'll see about that. Yeah, there's a battle going on between Team Red and Team Green on SoFi. It always seems to be lately, yeah. And if someone's going to look to buy IBM calls, would you look at in-the-money calls for IBM? Or are 130s decent considering we're just at 145? Should we buy April, June, or January? So if you're looking to buy in-the-money calls on IBM, excuse me, let's see. The stock right now is 127. I mean, look, if you can get 130s, if you can get 130s long enough, cool. You want to go out further out the better. Definitely further out the better, because you want to get through this split and through this whole fall thing, through the winter. You really want to give it some time, but yeah, I'd be looking at going further out. Okay. Credit Savage says, Uncle Bruce, I sold some 2050 covered calls for SoFi last week, expiring this Friday for a fat premium. I did what you told me, just sat tight. Seems the stock is still, and I may have just made a nice bit of change. Well, there you have it. When you can write a contract that has a nice fat premium to it and short time frame for expiry, you've got all the ingredients for a lovely trade. And the stock, you just watch how it reacts. Time is your friend here. Uncle Bruce at 500 Matterport, 600 SoFi. Thoughts on writing covered calls? I've got a problem with it. If you want to write covered calls on SoFi, if you can write covered calls for a couple of weeks out, month out, the 2250 range, check that out. Even 20s. I mean, you could write 20s, but you've got to be very quick on the mark. You better get a fat premium on it. On the Matterport, $20 calls, 21s, 22s. I mean, it depends which series you're writing, what strike price you can score. But yeah, look, if you can bring in a couple of bucks premium money on these stocks, I'd take a look at it. James is saying, Uncle Bruce, while you were away, I bought DWAC on Thursday for 24. Put my initial investment at 114 and set a trailing stop, sold remaining 40 at 109.99. Well, just make money, James, however you do it. Happy I sold at 88. I'm buying more SoFi. There you go, Mr. Walters. Well done. SoFi, 20.59 down a dime. Rocket Lab up 41 to 13.40. GameStop up 260 to 176.34. Matterport down 49 to 18.98. ME up 21, 11.57. Spire 560 up 12 cents. We got a 3.5 cent gain on ATIP. Smart Rent down 11. Xterra down a nickel. That's where we're at. IBM up 14 cents. The Dow up 74 points. Microsoft up 79. Apple up 96. Tesla up 42 bucks. Having a heck of a time. Royal Caribbean is just not going anywhere. 86.07 up $1.16, but it's not going anywhere. Got up to 86.69, no higher. No higher. Goldman up 267 to 417. Goldman looking good, trading up 6.88 times earnings. Super cheap on Goldman Sachs. Beautiful. Beautiful. 13.33 on Rocket Lab, up 34 cents. Right on. Cool bean stuff. Good going. S&P up 23, NASDAQ up 108 points. Very, very good market. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Appreciate all of you popping by to say hi. Thank you for 303 thumbs ups, you guys. I really appreciate it. Cheers to all of you around the world from Uncle Bruce. It's great to be back here at Palm Desert, California. We arrived yesterday. Heavy winds and rain, shower activity. This morning, pure sunshine, gorgeous day expected today. So we're doing okay. No worries. New home sales rose to an estimated 800,000 sale rate, says Census Bureau. And we got the market up 82 points right now. Very interesting markets. Uber dives into EV charging. Wallbox and Tesla are the winners. Let's see what else is going on. UK plans to hike minimum wage to £9.50 at the moment. The new talk there. Let's see. Any other comments anywhere else? Nothing much else. Yeah, this Digital World is at $70.65, down $13. Yikes. Scary stuff. That is super scary stuff. GameStop right now, $175.59, up $1.62. We've been between $173, $181 today. $8 move on GameStop today. And let's see here. 23andMe, $11.66 last trade, up 30 cents. Low of $11.40, high of $11.95, just under 12 bucks. Okay. And SoFi, $20.66, down 3 cents. Low of $20.45, high of $20.97. We have not broken 21 during the market today. We were over 21 in the pre-market all morning. It looked really good all morning. Rocket Lab, $13.30, up 31 cents. High today, $13.48. Looking fine. Looking just fine. Spire 565 up 17 cents. The high of 584, low of 545. We'll see if this holds, if this stock can hold again. We have not had an up trade on Spire in about 2 weeks. I don't think we've had an up day for 2 straight weeks. Taking a look at the 10-day chart, and about 10 days ago, we were in the $6 neighborhood, roughly, 650, and now we're at the 565 mark, where we hit the low yesterday, 550, something like that, and now we're at 565. So we'll see if there's any kind of a support wave coming in. Yeah, I'm not sure whether we're going to have an update or not. It would be nice to see one, but we need a volume surge. Without question, we need an absolute volume surge on this stock to really believe that we have come through this sell-off. This will be the one where it's one of the stocks we'll watch for that. Right on, because that stock has a long way to go to recover. It has a long way to go, but it can. It could recover. The question is, will it? That, my friend, is the question. Let's see what we got there. Yep, SoFi looks like it's gone green again. 2074 up a nickel. Just took a shot here in the last few minutes from 2056 to 2074 in about the last 10 minutes. SoFi definitely moving higher right now. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Larry, for the thumbs ups. Appreciate it. Did this atmospheric river hit you at all? LA got hit a little bit. North of us, definitely, and that's where they need it the most. The area in the valley, between Frisco, from LA to San Francisco, that region, and then north of Frisco as well, desperately needs any kind of moisture, and the Sierras need snow, and apparently they're getting it. But here we got a smattering yesterday, just a little smattering, and that was about it so far. Spire press release that came out. Yeah, new COO. We heard that this morning. We did get that. Let's see. Tesla's a monster. Just took delivery of our Model 3 dual motor. Yeah, that would be. It is a great car. Uncle Bruce, I'm thinking of buying Xterra options. Do you see any bargains? It's the last non-news SPAC stock. Yeah, look, you can get into next year contracts. That's where you want to go. Stock's at $9.50 a share, so either you buy in the monies, 750s, 8s, whatever you can get, or just out of the money at 10. But if you're going to buy out of the monies, go very long term. That'd be my recommendation on it. As it always is, you go long term on these contracts, and that's how you want to play it. Hopefully there'll be a move sooner rather than later. I'm waiting for this company to announce any kind of merger news, any kind of acquisitions, expansion. I mean, that's what I'm looking for from these guys. Some kind of expansion. I sure hope it happens soon. We'll see what they have to say. Yeah. Now the Dow up 90. We're not going anywhere fast, but we're definitely not going down. We're at 24-point gain on S&P. That's double the Dow. The S&P's up 0.5 percentage point. The Dow's only up 1/4. NASDAQ is up 0.75 percentage point. It is at 118-point gain. NASDAQ is the winner today. The Dow is only performing at 1/3 the performance of the NASDAQ. So it needs to pick it up. Let's see. Fantastic. All right. I love that. I love this joke. Fantastic. I have the single motor, and it is quick. It is quick. But I can imagine the dual would be even faster. Congrats. Well done. Yeah, SoFi holding at 2074. GameStop at 175.35, up 138 a share. And Yeah, 23andMe moving up again to 1185 now. Definitely popping up here. Just did a little surge in the last 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. We've moved from this 1140 range now to 1180 on 23andMe. 1185 high today, 1195. And it is coming on right now. 1187 on 23andMe. 1.16 million volume right now. Stock is 78 cents away from the high of the day right now. Okay. Good morning, Bagel family from Pixel Pony. Hi there. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for welcoming me back and saying hi to me. I appreciate it. Jen and I are pleased as ever to be back here. We had a great time in Phoenix. A wonderful time. It was great to spend some quality time with our daughter as well. She's safe and sound back now in Calgary too. All is good, and looking forward to having her come to visit us here hopefully in the next month or two. We keep encouraging her just to come on down for 4 or 5 days. So whatever you can do, just get away. The flights are cheap. Come on in and enjoy. Love to have you. Yeah, we're looking forward to, I think, pretty good markets here. Watching the stats go through here. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for the 332 thumbs ups today, everybody. Appreciate that. It helps a lot. Let's see, up 2069 on SoFi at the moment, unchanged. Let's see. Yep, SoFi 2069, GameStop up 167, Matterport still down 41 to 1906, 23andMe 1186, up 50 cents. This is approaching the high of the day for 23andMe, about 10 cents away right now from the high of the day on 23andMe. Spire 566, up 18 cents. Still about 16 cents from the high of the day. And Spire up 16 cents. Sorry, not Spire. Got Spire up, but we're up 8 cents on ATIP. 288 on ATIP. That is pushing the high today on 563,000. So nice to see a couple of our laggards picking up some steam here. Good to see that. So Cyxtera up still 6 cents a piece at the moment. IBM up 12 cents. The Dow 114 improving. Rocket Lab 1345 now, up 46 cents. Go Rocket Lab. Get going, please. That would be terrific. Spire up 19 to 567. Okay. Alrighty, where am I here? Here we go. It's a good day when ATIP is green. I agree. Rocket Lab is moving. It is. We love it. Up 44. We're moving higher on Rocket Lab, baby. Nice to see a bunch of them go up at the, all in one day here. It's nice to see that kind of a wave coming through. 1184 now on 23andMe. 1185. 10 cents away from the high of the day on 23andMe. Volume over 1 million now. Spire holding 567. We got a 7 cent gain on ATIP. We just need Matterport to turn it around, and I'll have my whole first page green. That would be terrific. Thank you, everybody. Let's go. Hope you're doing well option writing out there, guys. You certainly had every opportunity last week to make some really good money on GameStop. Oh my, did it make some people good money last week. Those option rights came through beautifully as those shares backed off on Friday last week. Yeah, come on, Rocket Lab. Come on, Spire. Be a hero for once. Please do. That would be terrific. But yeah, if you're looking to write options, you can certainly look at writing options now on SoFi. Anywhere from $20 to $25 contracts, depending on how long you want to go out for, bringing in some cash. Matterport, you could look at writing 20s, 21s, 22s, maybe pushing the envelope a little bit there for a month or two. hopefully, Emmy will just keep right on rolling here, and we'll be talking about writing options not too long from now.
Rolling.
Jen is here. How you doing, Jen?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Doing great.
How was that waking up early this morning for you?
That was fun.
That
That 3
that alarm
o'clock.
was really loud.
Yeah, that 3 o'clock alarm was kind of noisy this morning. Normally it's not that loud, but I did get up. I did make it.
What's that noise?
What is that noise? Why are you doing this to me?
Why?
Why? Yep, we woke it up. We got up and got moving, and here we are. Another day in paradise.
Another day.
Yeah.
Got the doors open. It's very cool out this morning.
Is it sunny out there? Nice and sunny.
Soon, like any minute now. So Tesla hit $1 trillion valuation
Yes,
yesterday.
I think we helped the company get there, and now of course Hertz.
Some little company called Hertz.
Hertz wants to buy 100,000 of them. It's going to be something else,
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear the stories when people do rent Teslas from Hertz, where they bring the car back and they say, "We have several alerts here. Apparently, you hit 88 miles an hour on a 55-mile-an-hour highway,
exactly.
and you drove the car at an average speed of such and such. There's penalties here for that."
We had a little road rage incident coming home yesterday.
Oh, man, did we ever? Yeah.
My God. We didn't see what prompted it.
Oh my gosh, we were coming back on Highway 10 from Phoenix,
which is probably even trucks to vehicles.
I was mentioning to the viewers.
Trucks.
I was mentioning to the viewers this morning just how many trucks are in the passenger lane, and how few gaps there are between groups of trucks.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
no, it's truck.
It's unbelievable. For what 3 hours of driving for 200 miles. It's a solid line of trucks. But we had, I could see my rearview mirror, a car coming aggressively in and out, and
like really squishing in when there's barely space.
Yeah, this guy was passing cars on the inside, getting right to the back of a truck, and then forcing his way into the passing lane, going back in and going again forward, and just passing traffic very aggressively in the little Honda Accord until
he found the truck he wanted.
About 4 or 5 trucks ahead of us when he passed us. He got in front of a truck and slammed on the brakes and did a
threw on his hazards and went down to
threw his hazards on and went down to like 30 miles an hour, and the truck behind him hit the binders to not hit this guy, and the truck wanted to go around him and tried to go around him, and then he went in front of the truck and wouldn't let the truck around him. This guy targeted this truck
for something,
for whatever, and went down to 30 miles an hour on the interstate, while traffic behind was just screwed up everywhere. We passed him as he was doing this stunt. As he was doing this stunt, we passed him, and I could see in the rear view what he was doing. He was veering in front of the truck to not let him pass, which meant no one could pass either of these two guys. That lasted a few minutes. We kept rolling along, and then about 20 minutes later, guess who's coming? Here comes this Honda again. This Honda passed us on the inside and aggressively passed the car in front of us to cut in front of him, just in front of a truck. And within about 5 minutes, that guy was gone. I couldn't see him anymore. He was gone. Again, weaving in and out of traffic aggressively. It was scary. Not a cop anywhere, of course. Not a patrol car anywhere. No one pulled over for a speeding ticket between Phoenix and California. No. It's wide open.
And did they tell you how the car tries to stop you from going too fast?
The Tesla?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it knows what the speed limit is and says, "Oh no, you can't go over 85."
No. The Tesla. The Tesla will let you go as fast as you want, depending on what mode you put the car into. So if you just put the car into cruise only, it'll do whatever you want it to do. But if you want the full driving feature, it will only go up to about 80 miles an hour, and beyond that, it will not engage.
It won't go,
You're on your own.
Yeah.
But what we've noticed is that with the radar feature, like with the cruise feature, a positive is if you're following the car ahead of you in the passing lane, and you get up to 80 miles an hour, and then back up to 74, and then back up to 78, and then 73, and then back to 80, and you're cruising for a while. This car will stay behind the car in front of you as safe distance, and will do that.
Yeah.
The problem is that when you go into the passenger lane and it's wide open for a while.
Passing lane.
Sorry, you're in the passenger lane now, and there's nothing in front of you for a while. You now catch up to a truck way up in the distance. You're slowly catching up or quickly catching up to a truck, depending on whether you're going uphill or not. You have to move your car into the passing lane sooner than you were thinking, because the radar in the car, or whatever the car is using to sense the truck that's coming at you, will slow you down because it's thinking you're going to follow the truck now. Well, the truck is down to 65 miles an hour. It's going down to 60 miles an hour. It's going down to 55 because it's going up this incline. You've got to get out of the passenger lane to the passing lane for the vehicle to maintain the cruise speed you set for it. And sometimes it surprises you by slowing down, and you're going, why are we slowing down? Well, there's a truck slowing up, and the car senses we better slow down before we hit it, because you're not moving lanes, mister. And so you've really got to pay attention to what you're doing in that sense. Sometimes you can't drive the vehicle with cruise lane on. You just can't. You have to turn the cruise off and just take over.
You got to use your foot.
And you got to use your foot. And when you take your foot off the gas, or as you're taking it off the gas, the regenerative braking kicks in. It's kind of like driving a golf cart. If you ever driven a electric golf cart, when you drive an electric golf cart, you floor it, to get going, and then you are coming up to your golf ball. You lift your accelerator off the floor of the thing, and it starts to brake itself, where you might not even need to put the brake on to slow right down to your golf ball. Well, in the case of a Tesla, in city driving, you become quickly aware of just what distance you need to go from 45 miles an hour to 5 miles an hour using regenerative braking. On the highway, from 80 miles an hour to 60 miles an hour, same thing. You ease off on the pedal, and the car begins to ease up and regenerate braking. On a downhill, same thing. You are cruising, say at 75 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour. Your car is not eating any of the energy from its battery. As a matter of fact, we were coming into the desert yesterday. We were at 58 miles range left with 35 miles to go to get here. But for 15 miles, we were coming down the hill, and the car was going 75 miles an hour, and it wouldn't eat any of the mileage on the battery. It was saying 58 miles, 10 miles later, 58 miles of range. You still got 58 miles of range. Now we're only 20 miles out, and we still have 58 miles of range, because you're saving all this electricity as you're coming down the hill. It's fascinating. It's a whole different way of looking at the vehicle. It's amazing.
I heard this morning on the radio that the next industry to use the electric battery is shipping, because ships are huge carbon footprints.
Yes. I believe it. I believe that. Looks like Rocket Lab is moving up now. It's a 1365. It's going up.
It's very warm in this room.
I got that fan on, which is helping a lot. Spires at 571, up 23. We're up a nickel on ATIP, folks. A little better here and there. Yeah, this new electric thing, the day the trucks go electric will make a huge difference, because of
many of them.
The hundreds of thousands of the millions of them that are on the road. You don't realize when you're at home all the time what's happening out there. When we lived in Creston, we were cut off from the outside world. Here in Palm Desert, we're cut off from the outside world. We're inside a golf course community, dead quiet, no trucks, in a valley.
Yeah.
The Highway 10 is just a few miles away from us, and the traffic on it is unbelievable.
What is it? The greater Los Angeles area has more people than Canada.
Yeah, the greatest LA, well, Southern California equals all of Canada's population. Yeah. So the number of trucks on the highways are just stunning. So you can, if America can economically convert trucks and cars to electricity and make it from solar, from wind, from low carbon, wow, would that make a difference? Would that make a difference? Oh my gosh, it's incredible.
Lot more charging stations. That's all.
Well, yeah, and they'd have to be strategically placed between runs for trucks, obviously, and for vehicles at people's homes, at restaurants, at hotels. We went to a charger at a Homewood Inn. We found on our map there's a charger nearby. I thought, well, I'd like to get a quick 50 miles on this car, 100 miles. Popped into this hotel, backed into the charger, plugged it in.
Yeah, a two station.
It was a 2 charger spot. I plugged it in and realized we were only going to get 24 miles in an hour.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Now, overnight hotel guest.
That's right.
Perfect. Having a restaurant, eating in a restaurant nearby for an hour and a half. Perfect. You're adding 35 miles during your meal. Well, that's great. But we were looking for a quick 50, 100 miles, and we weren't going to sit there for 2 hours to get it.
Yeah.
So we left, and we ended up driving to the supercharger instead, where we got it done in 20 minutes.
And the one in quartzsite has how many?
30?
30? Yeah.
At least 30. It's huge place.
Yeah.
It's going to be
and just
obviously
rolling the energy through.
Yeah, very fast.
Power station.
It was the fastest supercharger we've ever had to use. 650 miles an hour of range was being fed in the first 10 minutes of this car.
Yeah, just pounded. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Is it bagel time?
It's bagel time. Yep. We stopped at Sherman's Bagel last night on the way in. No sesame bagels, no plain bagels, only everything onion bagels. I got 2 of them. Kind of one for her because she loves it, one for me because I gotta have a bagel. Shmia today. But
onion bagel.
We'll be hitting up Sherman's.
For that smell of the onion bagel.
I'm not a fan, but we'll be hitting up Sherman's later today for sesame seed bagels. I guarantee you.
But you'll cowboy up and eat it.
I'll cowboy up.
Be brave.
I'm brave. I'm a brave guy. We're up 52 cents on 23andMe at 11.88. We're now 7 cents away from the new high today. It looks like looking really good. Dow's up 128. Rocket Lab up 66 cents to 13.65, climbing. SoFi at 20.82, up 13 cents. GameStop only up 74 cents. Matterport now only down 30 cents. Spire up 49 cents to 5.97. Some of you are noticing it. Daniel, Eric, Canman, you're all noticing what's happening on Spire. Holy Spire, says James. Yes, that's right. It is moving. We are climbing on Spire. I don't know why. I don't care. Do I care that it's going up? I don't. I care it's going up, but I don't care why. Just go. 739,000 volume. Way oversold. Way overshorted. 596 up 48 cents on Spire. Go, Spire, go. That's my call on it. This is the highest level in a week. We are definitely moving here on this Spire. Thank you, and keep it coming, guys. We're not interested in stopping here, please, and thank you. I'm going to double check now. One more thing, SPIR. Put this stock up on my big ass iPad right here, folks. Spire Global. There it is. 584 high today. It says 613. I don't know if that's real or pretend. Not sure if it actually touched 613 or not. But we're happy to see this. I'm going to take a look at advanced charting for the last 10 days. 10 days of trading on Spire. This is the highest price since October 18th or so. Definitely since October 18th. If we can break through 650, that'll be the highest level since October 15th. So, yes, we're definitely moving higher without question about it. Out and about it. Spire Global. Go Spire Glow, I say. 593 right now on Spire. Volume on Spire. Let's see if I can get an updated volume count. 805,000. Beautiful. Go Spire. Go. ATIP up a nickel to 285. ME at 1193 now, up 57 points, 2 cents from the high of the day, 1194 right now. We're about to hit a new high on ME, up 58 cents. Coming on, folks. And GameStop up 54. SoFi still up 9 cents. Rocket Lab 1371 up 72 cents. So we have got some movements here. 613 is the high. People are confirming it. Spire climbing at 591 right now on 811,000. Go Spire, go. It would be lovely to see a shot on this thing. I think we deserve it. I think we're deserving it. Still holding 300 ATIP. I will not sell. Do not sell ATIP. Don't do it. Don't do it. 284 on ATIP. Go market, go. Yes, ME 1194 now. This is the right at the high of the day here. 1 penny away. 1.39 million on ME, going for $12. SoFi up a dime. Rocket Lab up 72. Spire 589. Go Spire. Go. There's still resistance. Yes, there is, but it might be fleeting. It might be depleting resistance. Maybe we're through the point where there's a buy wave that's going to bust this thing out now and take it through 6 to 7 again. Wouldn't that be lovely if your options all started to go into the money? Wouldn't that be lovely? Oh, yes. Tesla's up $56. Yay. Austin, it's crazy how that always happens. It is crazy. The candles up and down and all around. 588 on Spire. SoFi 2080 up 11. ME 1194 on ME. Very, very good. ME 1194 on 1.4 million volume here. We're trying to break a new high on ME. Will it break through that $12 level? That's the question. Go, baby, go. Dow's up 131. S&P up 28.9. NASDAQ up 140 points. Oil up 30 cents a barrel. How about that? Hope you're right, Uncle Bruce. Let's hope. Let's hope. Keep it running. 1195 ME. That's a new high of the day here. Set again on ME, a nickel away from 12. We break through 12. There might be a bust up to 1225. We might get a breakout on ME from here. We are building on this thing. This thing's building. A little more power coming into it. 2080 on SoFi. We need to break through 21. Break through that, we could be 2150 in no time. Come on, stocks. 588 on Spire, up 40 cents. Okay. Here, I got a feeling SoFi is going to break and hold over 21 today. Clay, speaking of $12 levels, when is DWAC heading down there? No idea. 590 on Spire, climbing again, up 42. ME, $12. ME, printing right now at 12. Touched 1202. Broke it. 1.67 million. Just added. We just had 250,000 go through on ME. 250,000 shares. Boom. Just went through here. 12 to 1202 on ME. So that's climbing. 2088 now. SoFi, only 12 cents from 21. 5.6 million. There's volume coming in on SoFi now. Rocket Lab still at 1371, up 72 cents. ME 1203, new high right now, up 67. Spire 592, up 2 more cents. 5.5 cent gain on ATIP now. Smart Rent down 2. Sextera up a dime. They're all moving. They're all moving higher. Interesting. Rocket Lab 1378, up 79. This is just short of the high of the day on 1,098,000 for Rocket Lab, popping up 79 cents. SoFi 2090 up 21. Matterport only down 27 cents. ME back to 1196 to 12. Spire 591. ATIP 285. Lots going on here, happening simultaneously. Lots going on. Let's see. My Spire $10 calls for November mysteriously gained value, even though it's nowhere near the $10 strike. Maybe somebody's going to buy calls en masse to counter the October shorts. Get ready. This stock can be manipulated the other direction at any time. $5.92 on Spire.
You're good on your cola?
We got, yeah, I'm good on my cola. I'm done on this.
Okay.
Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. Oh, we got an interesting morning happening here, kids. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun watching all these stocks do all these things? Sure beats the boring summer we had to go through. Cheers, everybody. I got some shmia on a bagel. ME12. Yeah. Rocket Lab up 80. We got a good run here. Erica Bruce, regarding ME, January call options. If the stock settles down and starts trading sideways, do you think it's better to sell with more of a time premium or wait for the book value to increase? Depends how much you're into it. If you're sitting on a $15 ME and you're just getting to 15, it's all time, obviously. If you're sitting on a $10 ME, stock's now 1202, it goes to 1314. You got a nice book value, got some time value on top of that, roll it, move into April's, June's. Spire, going higher. Zzz, here we go. So much fun. Get those thumbs ups going. Come on, baby. Spire, daily volume, $5.99 now. Popping again. Spire, popping, 991,000. That is a total day's volume. $6 on Spire. It's going, baby. It's growing. I like it. ME 1203. SoFi 2084. Rocket Lab 1378. We're on fire here. Spire, 6 big ones. 602 on Spire. Uncle Bruce, for December ME calls, we've had since March 7.5, 10s, 12.5. When is a good time to cash out? Let her go. Just let her keep going for you. $12 a share right now. You're on your way to 15 here. Could be in the next week. This week. Could be next week. 1205 on ME. Just jump the nickel. You're going higher, kids. Spire just broke 6. It did. Only down $75 on my 12.15, 12.5 ME contract. Going to ride up for a little longer. Yeah. AB, hey, Bruce, want a piece of advice on my 20 assorted January ME calls I bought way back in June. My average break even is like 14. Should I not sell below 20, wait to 30 to avoid slaughter? Got to let this ME, got to let her run. Got to let her do its thing. It's just attracting serious money here. Serious investors are coming into this stock. Like, I'm thinking hedge funds, pension funds, mutual funds are buying this up. 1209 now. ME is rolling, and this is not going to stop. This is going to go. See, Uncle Bruce, the market is waiting for your turn. Don't leave us again. We're going higher. Random thought, Bruce, you should have do a review on toasters you'd be buying and leaving behind in your travels. CJ, thank you, CJ, for renewing. I think you're just renewing your membership. I love you, buddy. Thank you so much. Man, my Spire options were down 50%, now only down 6%. The volatility is crazy. You're going to get richer. What do I do with these ME 750s? What do I do? I'm back, baby. CJ is back. Right on, CJ. Thank you. We're going hard. Woohoo. 1206 on ME. $5.97 on Spire. Get ready, baby. Beautiful. Love it. Love it, guys. There you go, Warren. Beautiful, buddy. Buy now, sell November. This man is the stock whisperer. Welcome back, kids. $12.06 on ME, $6 on Spire. Nice. Thank you, Oscar. Picked up GameStop during the dip. Bit bright brick. Oh yeah, 12.10 on ME, up 74. $6.02 Spire. They got the memo. That's right, baby. $6 on Spire. We're going higher. Let's go, man. Let's go. $5.92 though, getting hit right now. I saw the Lucid store at the Scottsdale Fashion Mall. You got the car in the store there, just like Tesla used to do. All kinds of people looking at it. And yeah, very interesting. $5.89 on Spire. A little sell wave coming in. What do you think's going on with GameStop? I don't know. No one's talking. We got a bunch of viewers making a lot of money on GameStop from their options. Writing those options. Rocket Lab up 69, holding their own. My LCID 32 cup calls might get called. Laugh out loud, please do. No idea. $12.10 on 23andMe. ATIP up 6 cents. Woohoo! Tesla up $63. I'm up a total of $5 on 82 times 7.5 calls for November. I'll take it. Robert Benson. I see green, some red, and green again. Woohoo! Oh boy. I needed that bagel, I'll tell you that. It's been a while. '23andMe volume 1.9 million. Spire volume 1.19 million. ATIP 286 up 6.5 cents on 705,000. We're getting some volume in here. We're getting some buying in on some of these stocks. Finally. Rocket Lab 1360 up 61 cents on 1.18 million. It was great to meet Uncle Bruce in person. I did mention to him about a bagel. The price of Spire November calls strike 750 is up 110%. Let's go, babies. We got a long way to go from here. Spire back to 590, coming on again. It was down to 585. ME 1205, holding that gain. ATIP now up 7 cents, moved up again. SoFi unchanged. Rocket Lab up 60 cents. GameStop up 69 to 174.66. Baby, just imagine the smile I'll have when it hits 19 million. Fantastic, guys. I love it when you guys are making money. This is good stuff. I miss you, Uncle Bruce. I really been following since February. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you. We're back, baby. We're back. Dow's up 98.9. S&P up 29.5. NASDAQ up 151 points. NASDAQ's up 1%. The Dow's only up 0.3%. So the Dow is not even a third as well, doing as well as NASDAQ is. The NASDAQ is showing you the way, folks. The FANG stocks are on fire today. They're going to come up with some serious earnings. I think shorts covering on Tesla or what? Vash, I tried to talk to Bruce once, but every time I opened my mouth, Yoko noises would come out. ME call, November 19, $12.5 strike up 440% on ME. How about that? ME 1198 now, hit 1210. Spire 586, it hit 613. We're up 6 cents on ATIP to 286. We've got SoFi up a couple of pennies. Rocket Lab up 62. Yeah, we got a good market here on some of the stocks we like to follow. IBM up down 21 cents. IBM. Dow is up 104. Microsoft up 218. Apple up 80 cents. Tesla up $70. Royal Caribbean up 94 cents at 85.85. Not going anywhere. Goldman up $1.14 to $4.15. That's where we're at there. Rocket Lab 1362 up 63 cents. SoFi positive again, 2074. Had just broken even. Now we're positive, plus 6. ME 1198. Spire 587. ATIP 286. Moving higher at this point on all of these stocks. Looking really good. Just out of curiosity, I can't get the implications out of my head. When a company like Microsoft has an okay earnings report and drops $20-$30 over a week, are heavy hitters scooping 1 year in the money calls? Could well be. You could be looking at a lot of hedge funds doing that too. Always, yeah. Robert, it is actually a little boring when my favorite pundits is of Tube. Great, he is back on Tube. I don't know what that means. Is that a good thing, Robert? At least as far as I know, Elon bought in September a Shiba Inu dog. That's great. Super. Uh, oh man. 11.97 on ME up 61. Spire up 36 cents to 584. ATIP up 7 cents to 287. Smart Rent down 9 cents. Sixtera up a dime now. That's what we're watching here, kids. We got the Dow up 110. We got S&P up 30 and NASDAQ up 156. Oil up 34 cents to 84.10. Right on. Beautiful, beautiful morning here. Very pleased the way this is running here. We did hear this morning that Spire announced a new COO from within the organization. That helped Spire stock right away. And we haven't heard much else from really anyone else out there. We've had a positive gain in the markets. Earnings are expected tonight after the bell for Microsoft and Google, I think. Later this week, we'll hear from all the other big tech companies, all expected to hit very strong numbers, deliver very strong profit numbers. And we finally got chip stocks outperforming today. Nice to see that. About time to get some chip action going here. We'll watch for that. Just looking at CNBC over there on my TV. And Yep, Spire passes average volume for 11 a.m. Let's go. A beautiful morning. The sun is finally out in the Midwest. ME 1194, Spire 584, ATIP up 6.5 cents, 286. And watching that Spire to see if it wants to give us another shot higher than what we've had. Volume now is 1.22 million on Spire. That's a full day's volume at least. ME is now 2 million shares traded, sitting at 11.95. SoFi at 20.72, up 3 cents on a volume of 6.4 million. Rocket Lab 13.55, up 54 cents, volume of 1.2 million. Some of these are backing off just a little bit from their highs of the day, but it's been a good run today for some of these stocks. GM earnings are coming. Fasten your seatbelts, says Barron's. We're up 42 cents on oil, 84.18. Looks like 23andMe wants to take another run at 12. It's just went from 11.96 to 11.98. We're still up 2 cents on SoFi. Spire up 37 cents to 585. Now 587. We're up 7 on ATIP to 287 a share. High on that one is 289.5 cents. So we're within 2 cents of an all-time high for the day on ATIP on 700 plus thousand volume. ME 1198, just below $12. SoFi 2072, just below 21. Couple of psychological barriers that need to be broken here to see if we'll get that. We'll wait for it, see what gives. ME 1199, here we go again, coming on. 585, 586 on Spire. Oh, bye. Kids, we're having a good run today. It's good to see that ME deal. Just for those of you who were not here this morning, that takeover of Lemonaid that ME made, $400 million deal. $100 million was cash. $300 million was stock at $8.82. So look at that ME stock at $12 a share now. $12 a share. The owners of Lemonaid, the shareholders, took stock for $300 million at $8.82 each. All right. So that's 30 something million shares of stock. They are addicted to the upward movement of ME like we are. They're shareholders of the company. Of course, they can't trade their stock because it'll be restricted. Plus, the deal doesn't close until January. They don't get their stock until January. And then the meter runs, the time meter, before they can even sell their stock. So we get to enjoy a lovely run on ME in the meantime. Keep this in mind as well. ME had 750 million cash on hand when they negotiated the takeover of Lemonaid. They only used 100 million of their money. So 100 million of the 750 million was used to buy Lemonaid. They still have 650 million cash on hand to do other acquisitions. So in theory, if they were to keep going after deals like this, where they acquire $400 million of assets with 100 million cash and 300 million in stock, as of this moment in time, if they started negotiating with somebody to do a deal now, they're talking about a $12 stock for 300 million, which is 25 million shares only. That's a drop in the bucket. In theory, if ME were to go after companies like Lemonaid from now on, where each one is 100 million in cash and 300 million in stock, just for sake of argument, they could do 6 more deals, 6 more acquisitions of 400 million each could be added to the company, which would be 2.4 billion in acquisitions on top of the 4 billion or so value the company has now. So that puts this company at 6.5 billion, almost 7 billion market cap upon completion. That would move the market substantially to the 2025 mark. Just so you know, that's how good this ME deal is. How well this ME deal is being perceived by Wall Street followers. They really like the ME acquisition of Lemonaid a lot. And it says a lot to the existing shareholders of ME that 3/4 of the price to buy this private company was stock, not cash. Most of this deal was a stock deal. So this is primo, perfectly, absolutely fantastic. Spire now 592 again, coming back on to 6. ME 1194, SoFi 2059 down a dime, Rocket Lab 40 cents. Okay, maybe ME will have 2 or 3 more of these deals by New Year's. You never know. My ME calls are heavenly, says Coyote. You're going to get even better. I think it's going to get even better. Yeah, the 23andMe stock in the last 3 months, as I have been telling you, and getting to hang in there and just hang in there and hang in there. I kept telling you that it's likely they're in the middle of a deal. They're doing something. They're up to something, but they're not talking until finally they could speak last week. They finally started to talk because they got the deal announced. So now you know why your shares were so quiet and the company so secretive, nobody releasing anything anywhere. And now you see at $12 a share. Okay, you get it now. You're getting it now, because from 8 to 12 is a 50% gain that you've had in a week. Not bad, huh? We could see $11.92, $12 to 15 as an easy move from here yet. Maybe even 12 to 16. That's a $4 additional move. That's another third from where we are. So watch for that. Spire, 596, up 49 cents on Spire. This is huge. This is huge. If Spire truly breaks out, goes through 6 into the 650 range, we may have a breakout to $8, $8.50 on Spire. That will make a ton of you guys a ton of money. So I'm extremely excited for you on this Spire deal. It looks extremely good. SoFi 2062 down 8 cents. We don't care. It'll break through 21 sooner or later. It's not giving up much ground here. Still up 46 on Rocket Lab. We're up 18 on GameStop. Matterport down 24. 1193 on ME, 595 on Spire, 286.5, up 6.5 on ATIP. So it too is a little better, but I'd like to see a 30-40 cent pop for the next 3-4 days in a row on ATIP. That would really convince me something's going on. If there's any one thing we can say about ME is they are definitely know how to get the deal done. I'm surprised and amazed, and I'm so happy. Any thoughts on IBM's upcoming changes since the earnings report? I like the deal coming up, the split, but we'll have to see how this all works out. My December 100 December to my 120 ME calls are well into profit, 1750s. Glad I held through the long wait and kept averaging down. Thanks, Bruce, for encouraging us to believe. Hang in there, smooth wake. You're going to make nothing but money on this. Anti-PC, $8. What happened to 16, 17? What happened? Hey, we start somewhere, all right? We got to get to 8 first before we get to 10, before we get to 12. Okay, let's just get started here. Michael, IBM will continue to pay the same dividend after the split with Kendall. Might be a good time to pick up some more IBM at a cheaper price after the split. There you go. Might be the deal. That might be the deal. 1195 on ME, 595 on Spire, 287.5 on ATIP. We're down 12 on SoFi. We're up 49 on Rocket Lab. Up 125 on the Dow. Up 27 on S&P. We're up 121 on NASDAQ, which is 0.79%. Come on, kids. Let's roll here. Let's roll this thing higher and higher and higher. Parfenugally. Fantastic. I like it. I like it. Sure, it's good to see these markets going. That's why we listen to you, Bruce. Patience, don't sell, and then, woohoo, dollar. Is it possible, not saying will or will not, for Spire to run up to the 18-ish just as fast as it got short? Well, there you have it. We know it went from 1850 to 5-something in like a month. And I've said all along that this thing could be so overshorted through some hedge fund players that if these guys get caught with their pants down and this stock has a pop, and I mean a couple of bucks, if it gets that $7-8 level, that will start making them nervous. From there to the 10 range, 12 range is doable, and from there we could see a whole lot more. Don't forget, it is entirely likely that Spire will continue to make press releases all along as if there are no other issues. And the shares could just keep right on going. Did you sign any autographs at the wedding? Oh, no, I went incognito. I didn't wear my TWB shirt, I have a suit and tie on. But a few of the folks knew who I was. As far as, let's put it this way, friends of ours and associates, I'm the local, that old guy over there, he has a YouTube channel. Like some of the other elders are going, oh, that's interesting. Didn't understand what it was about, but no, I didn't sign any autograph. Joe, too bad David puts were too expensive when they first opened yesterday. Happy Pappy, you guys can thank me for the ME Pop. I sold some $15 covered calls expiring 11/19. So I'm sure I'll get a little over 15 by then. You're welcome. Thank you, Happy Pappy. You're a good guy. We do appreciate all the help here. It's much appreciated. Spire 594, ME 1188, SoFi 2062 down 8 cents. There you go. Come on, market. Oh, Spire 598 up 50 cents. Volume on Spire now 1.38 million shares. Looking great. Just went to $6 again on Spire. $6 on Spire, coming on 603 now on Spire, coming on again. ME 1185 up 49, 604 on Spire. Another shot coming through here. How much more is the question? 604 up 56 on 1.4 million. 606 on Spire. Here it goes. Here it goes. Thank you for your sacrifice. Spire's going. Here it goes. It's going. Everyone sees it. Spire 605. Here it goes. It's coming on. 607 on Spire. 1.46 million. It's coming. 610. Just hit 610. We're moving up 62. Spire is on fire. It's moving. 610 a share, up 62 cents for 1.46 million. 614 new high of the day. Right now, Spire just hit new high. We're breaking out. It's official. It's breaking out, up 66 cents. Go, baby. Go, baby, go. 615 a share. Spire's on fire. I love it. What doing, Spire? What you doing there, man? 616, another penny. Here it goes. Might go to 7.8 today. Would that be great? Spire on fire. 618 on Spire, up 70 cents right now. That's over 10% gain today. ME at 1180 right now. Spire, 618 a share. Shorts are changing their shorts. We'll add Spire at 642. It's happening, baby. It's happening. Spire be on fire. That's what we say. That there Spire being on fire. 617. What a run on Spire. High of 619. We're right there. Volume now is 1.52 million. We just had a million go through here. 100,000, let's call it. 100,000 just went through here in about 10 minutes. 615 right now. Looking fabulous. We're up 7 cents on ATIP. That's the next one. But right now it's Spire that's on fire. Rocket Lab up 44. SoFi down 9. GameStop up $1.06. ME 1191 coming on again to 12, up 55 cents. Spire 611 up 63. 612 now 64-cent gain coming on again on your Spire, baby. Those of you who have $5 calls, $7.50 calls, get ready. You're going to enjoy some nice profits here. This will be just terrific. Absolutely delicious. Wouldn't it be nice to have a $5 gain today? You remember the $5 loss? We could use a $5 gain. Man, what can I say? Hey, wake me up when it's 1611, not 611, okay? Just wake me up, man. I'm waiting for that red candle, but it isn't coming. Come on, baby. 606 on Spire right now. 609 on Spire. Jumping about a bit, which it should do with this kind of volume. Beautiful. Spire volume now, 1.59 million. Almost 200,000 in 10 minutes traded. Looking good on the Spire. 606 right now. What a run. What a run we got going on here. Up 125 on the Dow, 0.35%. We're up 121 on NASDAQ, 0.8%. NASDAQ is outdoing the Dow. 604, 605 on Spire again. 1185 on ME right here. Live, baby. Yes, AB, laugh out loud. Glad someone caught it. There you go. 608 on Spire. We got IBM down 15. We've got Microsoft up $3 now. Apple up $1.27 to $149.92. Looks like it wants to break 150 today and go beyond. Tesla still up $25. Royal Caribbean is only up 72 cents to 85.63. Goldman up 79 cents, 415.54. Google up $24. Amazon up $83. Wow, awesome sauce. 607 on Spire. Looks like it's holding its own. 1186 on ME, up 50 cents. Forgot to mention those of Fidelity, they now allow direct access to the IEX exchange. Okay. 607 on Spire right now. Volume on Spire for the day, 1.59 million. Very, very good. ME volume now, 2.15 million. Nice, nice, nice. SoFi volume at 2057, 7.18 mil. Rocket Lab up 45 cents on 1.43 million at 13.44 a share. Okay. Okay, yeah, SoFi having a tough time breaking 21. Just waiting for it. If it happens, it might bust to 21.50. Might just break out. We'll watch. Spire 605. Had a breakout over 6, went right to 619, looking good. 1190 now on ME, coming on for another $12 shot here. Very possible we might get it. Okay. And we're holding the markets as at a whole, on the whole. Looking great, guys. Looking great. $6.08 on Spire. $11.90 on 23andMe. Peter Piper placed a pickled put order on a perfectly priced portion, painstakingly prepared in palindromes like pull up if I pull up, and so my pretty pink Penelope is looking particularly plump. Oh, how about that? Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen, welcome back, say Sean and Wendy. God is amazing. Just got my other 1,000 on Spire to add to my list. Wow, pennies are turning into thousands. Go Spire, just holding our stock for now. Beautiful. Laughing out loud, Michael. Michael, yes, great news of I'm going to transfer my portfolio. I'm very impressed. Mr. T. Oh, hello, Bruce and Jen, by the way. Hope you had a nice trip. Thank you. We did. It's nice to be back, and we enjoyed it very much. It was great, great seeing our daughter and some friends we hadn't seen in a while, and the wedding went well, and saw parts of Phoenix on this trip. Oh, my gosh. Wow, what a drive. Oh, and driving that Tesla there and back, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. That was quite the weekend. We're up 8 cents on ATIP. We're at 288. Holding a gain of 8 cents on ATIP on 800,000 volume. Spire 606 on 1.61 million shares. And 23andMe 1185 on 2.17 million shares. SoFi 2060 down 9 cents on 7.28 million shares. Rocket Lab climbing again, up 56 points, 56 cents. Michael, Dr. Walter Bishop, it's easy to do in Active Trader Pro settings, direct to trade, then just change default route to IEX. JG, what's an IEX exchange, Michael? Oh, yeah, we forgot about CYXD. That'll probably pop when we're not looking. It says AB. Just when you're least expecting it, the stock will pop on you and just move to record levels without any warning whatsoever. There you go. 603 on Spire, 1183 on ME. That's where we're at right now. We're just hanging right in there, kids. Thank you all so much for being here. Appreciate you all seeing us today, spending some time out of your busy day with us. I hope you're doing all right. Oh, my. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for popping through. Thank you for the thumbs ups. 425 now. That's pretty darn nice. Thank you, guys. 425 thumbs ups. Keep them coming in if you could. Help out this channel with those thumbs ups. The more, the merrier. We get discovered by new people every day because of you guys. Thank you very much. SoFi 2060 down 9 cents. The Dow up 140 now. S&P up 29. NASDAQ up 121. That's where we're at right here on these stocks. W. Walters, I bought 32 Spire $15 calls for the 19th of this month of November. I paid 20 cents, and I would be thrilled just to break even. It's stuck in a nickel. Spire $15 calls. Well, you're at $5.99 at 51 cents. You're going to need a little bit of a move, but 51 cents a day goes a long way. Michael, JG Affair, simple and transparent stock exchange dedicated to investor and issuer protection, aka no dark pools. Fair again. I really want to get into my Tesla. Say, how many kidneys does a human body contain? Robert, where do you think Apple shares will be after the earnings? No idea. Waiting for a pop on games so I can write another call expiring Friday. Or should I just write it now, Uncle Bruce? Well, you're up 171. It's climbing a little bit right now. Let a little climb happen. In all seriousness, if you were looking at CYXT, probably try for $10 calls, April or spring. Yeah, I would be looking at 10s, April, spring, or if you can get 8s, or you can get 9s. But yeah, you're 45 cents out of the money. I mean, so for sure. Well, what is the average commission for a stockbroker? I don't know. Hey, Bruce, I know you've touched on this in the past. Any reason why SoFi may hold charter news until ER? I don't think they're going to hold it. As soon as they get it, they're announcing it. There'll be no holding it up. None. They can't wait to talk. They can't wait to spread the news. Rocket Lab climbing again, 1368 up 69 cents. SoFi down only 8 now. GameStop up $2. ME 1189. Spire $6 up 52 cents, kids. $6. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Ooh, gosh. Pardon me. Oh my gosh. Sorry, folks. Having a tough time here. Had a long day yesterday. Nice to get back here and get some rest. 1192 on ME coming on again. ME coming back up. $6 on Spire. Up 52 cents. Volume on Spire is now 1.688 million. Looking great. Up 65 cents on Rocket Lab. We're only down 7 on SoFi. Made me yawn, says Michael. You made me yawn. Okay. Up 7.5 cents on ATIP. 287.5. Looking great. Oh, boy. Zach, welcome back, Bruce. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks, Zach. We're back. Trying to hang in there. Got a gain here on some of our favorites. Rocket Lab up 65 cents. SoFi down only 7. GameStop up $1.77. ME up 56 cents to $11.92. Spire up 52 cents to $6. ATIP up 7.5 to 287.5. Smart Rent down a dime. Sextera up 8 to 955. Dow's up 142 points. This might be the high of the day here. I think so. We're about the high of the day on the Dow. Just about there. Okay. Up 65 on Rocket Lab. Oh, go, baby, go. Spire, $6. Keep it running. Just keep on running. What kind of percentage of your portfolio should be in your account for covered call rollovers or just buying opportunity? It depends, Rob, on what kind of trader you are, my friend. If you're a day trader, you're probably all in all the time. So you probably don't have any dry powder. You're probably going from position to position. Back to the work grind. Have a good day, everybody. Love and tacos. Thank you, CJ. Gio Franco, dislocated right shoulder, and now my truck has a broken rear drive shaft. This week sucks. Oh, Lord, that's not good. Not fun. ME 1192. Aspire $6. GameStop 175.32 up 135. Rocket Lab up 63 cents. The Dow up 139. Oh no. Oh gosh. Off to collect the kids. See you later, Uncle Bruce. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Walter Bishop, for being here with us today. Spire holding at 6 now. It's 602. Spire just popped over 6 to 602. Volume now 1.71 million shares. Spire climbing with higher volume. How many shares would it take to move ATIP out of reach of a limit buy? If an individual wanted to buy 10,000 shares, could they easily do it all at once? For example, that is Generally, you should be able to get 10,000 at a time, but that depends on market makers and how the stock is doing and where in the range you're trying to get it. Today's range. Uncle Bruce, is 155 for April 6 Terratin a good or bad deal on that contract? April, I don't think that's outrageous. I don't think it's that outrageous. Joe, back to the other grind. See you all at 3. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Joe. We'll see you a little later. 602 on Spire. 1189 on ME, 287.5 on ATIP, down 7 on SoFi, up 63 on Rocket Lab. What a day, what a day, what a day. Okay, there you go, guys. Okay, folks, I'm going to call it a day. I got to get some rest here. I'm going to be back at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll catch you here for the last hour of trading today, and let's see how much higher these stocks can go for us. They certainly are moving in the right direction, some of these guys. Let's hope they keep it up and do what they promised, what we think they can do, the promise that they have. We're only down 4 now on SoFi. We're coming back on again, and 602 on Spire. So a very good day here. Thank you for joining me. Feb 18, 22, 10th call for 68 cents. What do you think? Yeah, pick it up. Have a good one, AB. Good afternoon. Good choice before you leave. Good choice before you leave. Yeah, good choice. 602 on SoFi, on Spire, Spire, 602. 1192 on ME, and SoFi 2063 down 6. Okay, guys, I'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the last hour of the day. Let's see how much richer you get from now till then. Okay, we'll see you soon, guys. Bye for now.